Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Friday, July 14th, 2023. And as we said on Wednesday's episode, Luke will not be here today. And unfortunately, Brock wasn't available either. So I had to bring in my guy, our regular guest host, Colin Grant. Welcome.
I'm back, baby.
He's back. Ever since the internet went out, I wouldn't let him back on because I thought he was a bad luck charm. But now he comes back, and what a better time to do it. We've got the All-Star game that wrapped up earlier this week, and this episode will come out on the first day back from the All-Star break. So we're going to go through, obviously, what happened in the All-Star game. Then we're going to hit the second half preview, talk about some teams that might turn it around, teams that might fall off, as well as players that might do the same. And then we're going to talk some NFL news because we haven't had much the past couple of weeks. And then we'll also talk about some players to watch this season. And then we're going to talk about PFF's college football power rankings, and then talk about some teams that maybe we will see later in the season in those power rankings. And then to make up for that internet outage episode, top three, bottom three blue things.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Finally,
Colin.
bro. Finally.
Yeah, it's been long overdue at this point. So, Colin, you ready to talk about this All-Star game?
Yeah, dude.
All right.
Look, to kick it off, can we just talk about the first two plays of the game?
Yeah. Oh my God, what a way to get it started. And I got to be honest, Luke called it a little bit on the podcast. I think it was last Friday's episode. He said this is going to be one of the most exciting All-Star games we've seen. And he said something about flashy defensive plays. And my God, did that get off to a hot start.
Yeah, well, on the red carpet, Acuna said he was leading it off for the home run.
He was
And
close.
he was like a foot away from doing it. But
Yeah.
what a catch from Adolis Garcia. Like he lost it in the sun that whole time and caught it last second.
Yeah.
And then you got Randy Arozarena who actually robbed Freddie Freeman's home run.
Yeah, it was absolute insanity. It's exactly what we're looking for in such a star-studded matchup.
Yeah, but the first inning was so exciting to watch.
Yeah.
It was probably one of my favorite innings for the whole game.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. And then you come back bottom of the first. I believe that's when we had Mookie and Freddie mic'd up, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
And that duo was fantastic.
Yeah, as much as it kills me to see Freddie, having fun in LA, he seems happy right now. Having a lot of fun with and his teammates are supporting him. So, like whether it's Mookie, JD Martinez, Will Smith, yeah, the Braves rolled in with 8 people. Freddie still had family with the Dodgers there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And that duo is they're two fun people to listen to. I've started listening a little bit to Mookie Betts' podcast. It's phenomenal. His personality's great. And we already know Freddie is electric on the mic. We saw that spring training in 2020.
Oh yeah, dude. I wish they would have more mic'd up like in season
Yeah.
like games and stuff like that. Especially listening to who was it? Was it Eovaldi pitching?
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm not a fan of miking up the pitcher.
Oh, dude, I love it.
I don't know. It seems like it throws him off a little bit.
It could. It depends. I guess it really just depends on the pitcher because a
That's
lot of
true.
pitchers have fun with it. If anything, it gives them like more excitement, more confidence. Like heat up some pitches.
Yeah. I will say I did like when they had him and Corbin Carroll mic'd up.
Yeah,
That was interesting. I was hoping like Eovaldi was just gonna give him his pitches.
yeah.
That
But
would have been so funny.
oh, just like, hey Corbin, here's fastball, don't miss it.
Yeah.
But no, it was funny because watching Will Smith absolutely destroyed Eovaldi on that last series with the Rangers, and Eovaldi was talking with the announcers. Basically, was like, "Yeah, he's not doing it again."
Yeah.
And that pitch sequence was disgusting.
That was great. And also, I think it might have been on his first batter of the inning when he was like, "Hey, John Smoltz, what should I throw?"
Yeah, I would. It was to God. Was it Aaron? Was it Arenado?
I believe, yeah, because the top three went 1, 2, 3. So I think it was JD Martinez.
JD Martinez. Oh, then if it was the first batter, I can't remember. Then he made a mistake because I'm pretty sure JD Martinez got on base every single at bat.
Yeah, JD did, but I don't think he got that specific pitch. I think it was a cutter on the
Yeah,
outside. It looked great, but nonetheless, yeah, I liked the mic'd up. I feel like it can throw off the pitcher sometimes.
yeah. I mean, everybody's got their take on it.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, it's probably something we won't see for a while, but
true.
it's just another way to like spice up the game.
Yeah, for sure. But in general, this game was great. So the scoring gets started in the second, bottom of the second, the American League. Um, Actually, a relatively interesting way to get it started.
Yeah. What was it? Was it Yanni Diaz's leadoff
Yeah,
or home run? Right of the
yeah,
second inning. Yeah, that ball's roped.
yeah. Oh my God, it was just like it was so straight. I didn't look at like the advanced numbers, but had to have had a pretty low launch angle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was off Mitch Keller.
Yeah,
Who Mitch Keller had a good start to the season, but we all know as a Pirates pitcher, you're only going to go so far.
fair enough.
So this might have been his calling. That it's going to be a rough second half.
It might just be, but top of the fourth, the National League gets the scoring, or at least ties it up. Arias, the single machine, just
Dude,
continues to hit singles, and this one just happens to knock in JD Martinez there.
bro, he only saw 2 pitches in the game.
Yeah, he is a
That's
dog.
ridiculous.
He is
And
absolutely insane.
you know what he said after the game? What out like in the dugout when he got interviewed?
No,
He was just like basically saying, "I'm not going to give them time to beat me. Most of them start with fastball. I'm swinging first pitch."
good. That's the approach that you need to have.
Yeah, but yeah. What is it? AL. They had Bo Bichette
Yeah.
hit a sac fly before that, right?
No, that
Because
was in the bottom of the sixth. Bichette hit that sac fly that scored Salvi.
okay, I couldn't remember. Oh, dude. Well, they called Lourdes Goriel.
Yeah.
They called him a home run,
Oh,
and then they
that's
called it
right.
back.
Yeah.
So that I forgot that fucked with my head because I was on the way home from work and I wasn't able to watch it, and I saw that we had tied it up 2-2, and then I get home and check my phone again, and it's still 2-1.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Which
was interesting.
that was another rope.
Yo, yeah.
That ball was shit on.
Yeah. But Elias Diaz has his moment in a game that actually matters. Unlike every other game he plays for the Rockies, he hits a home run to left field, a 2-run home run, scores Nick Castellanos, top of the eighth. They take a 3-2 lead, and they hold on to it for the first win since 2012 for the National League in the All-Star game.
That's music to my ears. All right,
It is, man.
it's about
Yeah.
damn time. All right,
It,
I was tired. I was tired of Luke talking about how the AL is just so much better than the NL.
yeah. It's
Well,
all he
Luke,
has over
fuck
us.
you. But no, but for Elias Diaz, I'm so happy he got it at bat in this game because he honestly has had a tremendous first half,
Yeah.
and I think the Rockies 100% made the right choice to send him as their All Star representative.
Agreed.
But sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, I wanted to talk about the pitching in this one because um okay, how long have they just been going one inning? Has that always been the case? Because for some reason I feel like they used to give like the actual starter like 2 or 3.
It's been a couple years. I
Okay.
think over the past couple of years they let the starter maybe go two, but they were seeing it as like they take so many pitchers into the All Star game, they want
Yeah.
to give other pitchers more of a shot to like to get in there. So when
Yeah.
you have pitchers going like 2 or 3 innings, you're only going to get so many pitchers in.
True. Yeah, that's a great point. But Zach Gallen certainly didn't look all that bad. in that first inning. Mitch Keller, of course, giving up the home run, but outside of that, looked fine. Josiah Gray came in, shut it down. Alex Cobb,
Surprisingly.
same thing. Justin Steele gave up one hit, still got a strikeout in that one as well. Only a 10-pitch inning for him. And then Alexis Diaz looked pretty damn good. Though he gave up the hit and the run, still such a great pitcher to watch. And then Camilo Doval actually gets the win because they took the lead that inning. But Camilo Doval has been easily one of my favorite pitchers to watch this season.
Dude, I didn't realize how hard he threw.
Oh, yeah, man.
And he throws with so like his body expressions just like it's hard to put it together, but like it's almost like Johnny Cueto movements back in the prime,
Yeah.
but so much harder.
Yeah, it's like Jacob deGrom and Johnny Cueto put into a closer.
Yeah, but I can't remember. Is Duvall leading in saves?
I'm not too sure. I can pull it up real quick.
I know he has 26 saves already, which
Okay.
is
It's got to be close
crazy.
to the top. It could be Classe.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But while you do that, I mean, we could talk about the almost shit show Kimbrel had.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like, yeah, he got his 2Ks, but when you walk on the tying and then the go ahead,
Yeah. A tough start. A 30, 30 pitch inning?
yeah, 30 pitches, gave up no hits, no runs, but walked two and struck two out.
Yeah. And Camilo Doval is tied at the top with Alexis Diaz and Jordan Romano at 26. Classe is 25.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I saw his name up there, but
Yeah.
hey, let's shout out Austin Riley for being the only Brave to get a hit.
Yeah. Tough showing for these Braves players in this one.
Yeah, I mean, besides like Ronald Acuna's first at bat, there wasn't just like a lot of hard hit balls.
Yeah.
A lot of rollovers and some pop ups.
Yeah.
But
But look, we're saving it for the regular season.
that's what I'm saying. That's not like none of us did the home run derby.
Yeah.
I like, and we didn't show the rest of the league in person what we're capable of.
Yeah.
They gotta wait. They gotta wait and see it in their own stadium.
Exactly. It's got to be a surprise because that's the last team you want to be surprised by right now is the Braves.
Yeah, for sure. But one thing that caught my eye, in this All Star game was the Seattle fans.
Yeah.
Like, what?
They were
Serenade,
showing out, man.
but they were serenading Juan Soto with future Dodger chants.
Yeah.
Same thing with Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, dude, they wanted Shohei. Seattle loves Shohei Ohtani, and they want him so bad.
Well, after on my lunch break today, I was watching High Heat and stuff like that. They brought Joe Madden on the show and talking about possible scenarios with where Shohei leaves the Angels this year.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely at this point because Shohei deserves to be on a team that's in a winning situation, and unfortunately, the Angels just aren't, which
Yeah,
sucks. But yeah, he's got to go somewhere where it's kind of his team because it's Mike Trout's team. What yes, Shohei has been arguably the best player in baseball. Not really even arguably. He has been certainly the best player in baseball since what 2 years ago, I'd say.
yeah, I believe so.
And it's still Mike Trout's team.
Yeah, but the
So
other thing is with Mike Trout just always getting hurt.
yes,
That's the biggest thing I could see him staying, or no, not staying, leaving,
yeah,
is because the Angels are best. They're playing their best baseball when both of them are on the field together. And with Mike Trout out, what is he out with? Like 8 to 10 weeks? Is that what it was?
yeah. I think we're looking at his return in like early August.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of baseball being lost right there.
Yeah,
And the Angels are not in a spot for that. They need wins now. So they can get so much for their future with the trade with Shohei, rather than waiting and letting Shohei walk and just go to a different team for like hardly nothing.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like with the Shohei thing, it's just a matter of finding a team that has the money, is willing to pay the money, but also is a big enough market for a player of such huge magnitude.
Well, did you see Senga was trying to recruit him?
Yeah. Ah, dude, how much money could Steve Cohen like actually put out?
I don't know, man. It's a New York team.
Yeah, and he is the richest owner in the league.
I
So,
was about to say we've seen over the years how much money the Mets and Yankees have already put into players.
yeah.
Granted, it hasn't turned out so well, but I don't know. I could definitely see the Mets making an offer to Shohei Ohtani.
You might as well throw your hat in there.
I was about to say, like, their whole farm system's going to be gone, and it's going to include some top players on the team already.
Yeah.
Like, is it something we see Jeff McNeil go?
I don't know. Like, do they even really have to trade? Like, it seems like the Angels don't want to trade him. They want to let him walk in free agency.
That'd be dumb.
I don't know because the thing is like I kind of agree. I believe it was their owner who said, "I don't want to be the guy that traded the best player of all time."
Yeah, but you can't think. You got to think about what you're going to get in return.
But are you going to get that much? Because there's going to be teams that maybe are willing to trade for him this season, but don't want to re-sign him, and they'll use that as leverage against the Angels.
Yeah, I guess that's the whole thing with the trade deadline, trade season. You can't expect anything.
Yeah,
Like, well, I think we're going to be surprised this year on some teams that are making moves, though. I
agreed.
honestly do.
Yeah,
With one team being Cincinnati, I think
I think they can make some moves. Starting
they get
pitching is essential for
they
that
get
team
some
right now.
starting pitchers in there, and we're looking at World Series contenders.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer they can rely on Luke Weaver giving up like 8 runs a game and them still winning.
Yeah, that's just because their offense is so explosive, but
Yeah. So
their only go to pitcher is Andrew Abbott.
yeah, if you add some lockdown starting pitching, some guys that can give you 7 innings, 1 run ball, like if you can add 2 of those to that rotation, that Reds team is going to be almost unbeatable.
Yeah, throw in like get some young guys, get some vets. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah,
Because when it comes down to the end, you're gonna want some people on the team that can keep your clubhouse under control when the stage gets bigger.
exactly. And like, yes, Joey Votto is there for that essentially, but yeah, he can't do it alone.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that lays us up perfectly for this second half preview because there is some teams that every year this happens. Some team is going to turn it up in the second half. The Braves did it. Back in 21, they turned it up in the second half and ended up winning a World Series. Inevitably, there will be a team that will turn it around. And who's one of those that you think will?
So a team that will turn it around. I'm gonna go with the White Sox.
Really?
They're gonna be one of my teams. Like it's not gonna be anything. They're they're only 8 games back.
In the worst division in baseball. Yes.
Yes, but at the end of the day, they're just looking to win a division. They win a division, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, but is that going to translate to any success in the playoffs?
The play, Gray, you should know by now in the MLB playoffs, anything can happen.
I'm well aware, but like even if you just sneak in, that doesn't mean anything. If you're not good, you're not going to keep going.
Yeah,
And
I
they
mean,
just they can't score runs.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping some their offense is going to change. I really do. It's going to be tough, but I honestly, in my true opinion, think that they will turn it around.
Yeah.
I think they're going to start having more fun, and with a specific player that I really do hope turns it around,
Yeah.
Tim Anderson.
Exactly. I think if he turns it around, this whole team turns around.
Exactly, because him and Eloy and Luis
Luis.
Robert are the spark of this team.
Yeah.
Like they have their energy has to be up for anything to happen.
Yeah, most definitely. First team that I don't know if it's more that they will or that I want them to, but the Seattle Mariners, though they are 45 and 44, which isn't a bad record, it's definitely not good enough right now. You're 6 games back in the West. It's going to be kind of a tough hill to climb. But when you're looking wild card wise, they're only 4 games out of the wild card right now. And I think that, right now the 3 teams that hold it are pretty convincing: the Orioles, Blue Jays, and Astros. But I think one or two of those teams could drop out.
Yeah. I think the Astros are one of those teams.
Agreed.
Honestly, like as much as I want to, but I also, and it was one of our next ones talking about teams that might fall off. For me, I was thinking the Orioles, and mainly just relying on I don't know how well that starting pitching rotation can keep it up with what they're doing.
Yeah, I think we should get into that a little bit more once we get there because I got a couple more teams that could turn it around. Do you have any more that you want to go ahead?
Uh I mean, looking through, it's not really like when it comes to division, it's not really turning it around, but I'm making those jumps. I think the Cubs can turn it around, honestly.
Yeah.
Philly has already started to turn it around.
Yeah,
That's
that's one of
that's
my teams is Philly because I think they've got everything there to be good.
yeah. And like you said, they have all the players that they need for a World Series team. They just weren't showing it in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that's the team that I'm looking at the most, saying like, okay, their luck will turn because 48 and 41 is a great record as of right now, and you've got a positive run differential, which the only other team in the division that has one is the Braves. So that's a good look. That means that, yeah, you're probably having some unlucky games where you lose by one or two, but you're also blowing teams out when you win. And that's a huge part for this team, especially, is seeing that we can put up runs. We just have to work on, especially with the bullpen, not giving up those like middle of the game runs that just kind of drill you, like, put a nail in the coffin.
Yeah, and I mean one of the biggest killers for the Phillies earlier in the season is that they were they were hanging in there with the good teams, but they weren't beating the teams they should have beat. Like the teams like the Rockies and the Nationals and stuff like that. Like I'm pretty sure they lost a series to the Nationals.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Um, because I think we had talked about it and how bad the Phillies were looking, especially with one of their stars, Trey Turner.
Yeah,
Like,
he's got to do something.
yeah, he's another player to look at to turn it around because if he turns it around, that's the leadoff hitter for a team that can just put up 20 runs on you like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, looking at this Phillies team, there's no reason they shouldn't be good. Obviously, Nola and Wheeler need to be better, both of them.
Yeah,
But we know exactly what they can be, and what they can be is some of the best pitchers in the league. Like Cy Young contending pitchers year in and year out is exactly what I think of with these two guys. And then Taijuan Walker is an okay starter. Same with Ranger Suarez. Christopher Sanchez, on the other hand, not great, but the ERA is low. He's just not winning them games.
yeah,
And he doesn't have a lot of starts either. So I can't fault them for his kind of, shortcomings, but Ranger Suarez just has not been good, to say the least. Yeah, his ERA is only at 3.77, which isn't abysmal, but when you're, 2-4 right now and you've started 11 games, I need to see a little bit more. I at least need to see more decisions.
yeah. Especially last year, he would torch teams. Like
Yeah.
he was one of the most underrated pitchers in the league last year, especially also with how he torched the Braves. I felt like we always faced him.
Yeah.
But no, you're totally right because we're taking a team that was in the World Series last year, and they were supposed to add bullpen, and just add pitching, and they were supposed to be the top of the NL East this year.
Yeah, that's at least what people thought. And in this bullpen, you have great options. Obviously, Craig Kimbrell has been kind of here and there, but you have Gregory Soto, you have Matt Strom, who are both pretty solid relievers, and then Jose Alvarado and Sir Anthony Dominguez. They are injured right now, but Jose Alvarado has shown that he can be one of the best, and Sir Anthony Dominguez has been pretty good at points in his career.
Yeah, Alvarado's gross.
Yeah.
That oh god, I don't even want to talk about it. But yeah, I mean, no one thought the Braves were going to come out and win 60 games in the first half.
No.
So I think the Phillies are in a probably the best place out of any other team to make a push. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're 12 games back, but there's still a lot of baseball to be played.
Certainly. And then one more team that I just kind of want to see it turn around is the Cardinals. Whether like it almost seems like they're out of contention at this point, 38 and 52. It's the, third worst in the entire National League. They look so bad. But they have the ability to win baseball games. That's what throws me off so much is that you have a pretty solid starting rotation that just hasn't pitched well this season. You've got great options in the bullpen, and you have a very, very, very good starting lineup, and it's just not working anywhere.
Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't say they're completely out of it. They're only 11 and a half games back. The NL
That's a
Central is
lot.
not a very. We were just talking about the Phillies being 12 back.
I know, but I don't think they're going to win the division.
Yeah, I'm Milwaukee, Chicago. They're about one. Milwaukee's 1 game back. Chicago's 7 games back. But with the NL Central, they can make a push to win it.
Maybe.
With how you just talked, we know the Cardinals can be good. We know. We've seen it. Hell, Paul Goldschmidt had one of the most impressive MVP years that I had seen before we're going to see this year. But no, because their offense is explosive. You've already said that. It's one of the most exciting ones to watch, especially with how young they are. So
Yeah.
we know that they can do it. I think they need support from their front office. That they need to know that the front office can rely on them to get it done.
Yeah.
Because recently, like the Cardinals make the most moves out of every team. So it's another team to be interested when it comes to the trade deadline this year. Are
Yeah.
they seller? Are they sellers?
It's at the moment, yes, but if they have a month essentially to prove to the front office that they are in contention, they need to buy. That's the only thing that's going to save this team is if they can turn it up in August, address the needs, or sorry, turn it up in July and the start of August, and allow that to, have success, but see where your shortcomings are, address those needs, and get prepared for the end of the season. Because if you guys sit at, let's say they're sitting around like 45 and 60, they're not going to be buyers.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. They need to hit like a 10-game win streak right out the gate.
Yeah. That's really their only option is to win. They've got to be at like 50-something wins by the trade deadline.
Yeah, and I think at the end of wow, what a voice crack. I think at the end of July, beginning of August, I think they have a series with Milwaukee that will be very crucial
Oh,
to
yeah.
them. We all saw what happened last time they played Cincinnati. They got their ass whooped. But no, like you said, it's going to take miracles for St. Louis to do anything this year. But that's a team we all want to root for.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's get to some teams that might fall off. How about you start it?
All right, I'm going back to the Baltimore Orioles.
Yes.
Yeah, their pitching staff won't hang on. I want them to prove me wrong. I really do.
Yeah.
But I just don't, with how young that team is, I just don't think it will withstand for 162 games.
I don't know, because the thing is that with the position they're in right now, they're certainly buyers at the trade deadline.
Oh, yeah.
You're 2
Uh,
games back in one of the best divisions in baseball, if not the best this season. Why are you not buying?
yeah, it's I can see from that point of view. Like they definitely need to look at especially some pitching.
Yeah.
Like their lineup's pretty solid in
Yep.
my opinion. It's just so young.
Mhm.
For me to be fully behind this team right now, is they've shown me that they can do it for one half of baseball.
True. But also, a majority of these guys were there last year, and they proved that they could be a very good team, kind of more second half of the season. So they're kind of riding off that. They had a great second half of the season last year. They've started off this first half great. Who's to say they can't keep it up?
True. Yeah. And like I said, I really hope they prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I really do, because what Tyler Wells is having a phenomenal year.
Yeah, I just got to see it out of everybody else in that rotation because you've got good bullpen arms. Felix Bautista, Yennier Cano have been two of the best, and it just seems like Kyle Gibson is just not a guy that you're going to. You shouldn't be going to as your second in the rotation. He's got a 4.6 ERA this season and a 1.31 WHIP. That's
Yeah.
that is horrible. Kyle Bradish hasn't been terrible, but needs a little bit more run support, I'd say. A 3.32 ERA is totally fine, and a WHIP at 1.18 isn't that bad, but he's 5-4.
Yeah, I got you. And one thing we can see is this right out the gate, they have some very tough series. Like I think their next four series, they go they play Marlins at home, Dodgers at home, then they travel to Tampa Bay for the Rays, and then they travel to Philly for the
Dude,
Phillies.
they've got a tough run in general just to start it. Their first break is really August 4th against the Mets.
Yeah, like then the Yankees, then the Blue Jays, and it's
Yeah.
just like wow. Like if they show me that they can come out on top through this stretch of series, I'm fully behind them for the rest of the season.
Yeah, if they win the series against Miami, they win the series against LA, even if they just take one against LA and take three against Tampa, or at least split that 4-game series against Tampa, I'm bought in.
Yeah, it's and a lot of it's behind uh the captain, Adley Rushman.
Yep.
What a showing with that home run derby, though.
Oh yeah, switching to the right. God,
Makes you think he should have hit righty the whole time.
exactly. Makes me think his dad shouldn't have been pitching to
It's just so smooth, dog.
him.
No,
uh,
Adolis needed a new pitcher, though. Let
oh
me tell you,
hey, he throws a mean breaking ball.
throwing blowing away sliders. I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Hey, some
what?
people like it.
Yeah, but not in a pool friendly
Yeah, that's the problem.
T-Mobile Park.
Yeah, was the ball field. It wasn't quite made for that. Maybe if
Yeah,
they're playing at Fenway or
yeah,
Yankee Stadium. Um, but let me get to my first team that I think is going to fall off. And I honestly, I hate to say this, but I think it's the Marlins.
yeah. I can see it.
Because if they're not going to be willing to buy at the deadline, they're going to get hit with this rude awakening of obviously Atlanta's dominance, but also Philadelphia.
Hmm.
And that's where I see their issues. Obviously, we just talked about how the Orioles opened it up this second half against them. That's going to be a huge series for both of these teams. The Marlins are 53-39, and the Orioles are 54-35. And I need to see dominance from one of these two teams because both of them are kind of at risk of falling short of the expectations that have been put on them for the second half.
Yeah, and honestly, I see that team really be in Baltimore just because of Miami's pitching.
Yeah.
Miami needs pitchers. Like that their lineup is good and scrappy. They got guys who will do small ball. They got guys who will put it 500 feet out of the stadium. Um, but their pitching, especially like they sent Yuri Perez down to manage innings. So we'll see him later in the season back up. But we say it every time we're together, Grayson. Sandy Alcantara has not shown us shit this year.
No, nobody except for Yuri Perez has shown us anything out of this rotation. Because Jesus Luzardo hasn't been horrible, but he certainly hasn't been great. Edward Cabrera, he's on the IL right now, but he's been pretty average, more on the bad side. He's doing a rehab assignment. I think right before the All-Star break he did, so he should be back when they come back from the break. But he's got to get his ass in gear. A 4.7 ERA is not acceptable. Braxton Garrett is just okay, and kind of the same goes for Brian Hoeing. But in general, this Miami Marlins rotation needs help. And if they don't win more games, they're going to end up being sellers, unfortunately.
Yeah, excuse me. I totally agree. I totally agree. Miami, they're they're destined for greatness, but they need pitching.
Yeah, certainly.
100%. And
I
like their bullpen's fine.
Yeah, I'd like a
It
better
really is.
closer than AJ Puck.
Man, who gives a fuck?
But then again, there's not too much that needs to be done with this lineup. Yeah, maybe some extra bats because you hit a weak spot with this lineup when it comes to Jan Segura. Even Garrett Cooper hasn't been very good. Joey Wendell hasn't been all that good. Brian De La Cruz has been pretty good. Same with Jesus Sanchez. But the bulk of it is coming from Jorge, Jazz, and Luis Ariz.
Yeah,
And
not even necessarily Jazz.
yeah, Jazz really hasn't been much, but it's mainly Jorge and Luis.
Hmm.
And you got to add a couple more bats. Even if it's guys that aren't going to start every day, let them play a few games a week and let them at least kind of acclimate to this lineup and then start starting them if they get hot. But I think the main things you address, you got to add a starting pitcher, you got to add a closer, and you got to add at least one or two solid bats at the deadline.
Yeah, I agree. Listen. So when you said that for bats, for people that might not start every day, you know who the first person that came to my mind was? I don't know why, but Brandon Drury.
Dude, I was actually talking about him being a possible pickup for the Dodgers.
Yeah, like because he's a phenomenal not everyday player.
Yeah,
Like he can hold it down and he can play the outfield. He can play the corners. Um,
and play second base.
Second base, he can just sit DH, and he's got power, sneaky power too.
Yeah, I think Brandon Drury actually could be a pretty big target in this second half.
Hmm. I
Because
got you.
there's plenty of teams that could use such a strong utility. Uh, but let's go one more team that you think might fall off.
It's hard to say. All, all right, listen, I'm just gonna mention them. They're not my actual pick, but one team I think is about to shit the bed is the Yankees,
Yeah,
and mainly because they were already shit the bed, but they still have a winning record. 49-42, but their offense is just atrocious.
yeah, the defense isn't much better.
Without Judge in the lineup, you're struggling for power between Giancarlo Stanton and Josh Donaldson. Like those were supposed to be your two main power guys besides Judge. And Josh Donaldson has 15 hits in the season.
Yeah, and it doesn't help that DJ LeMahieu sucks.
Oh, he's awful. Isn't he
Like
batting like 8 hole now?
he's not even in the starting lineup much.
That's just the it
He's
just
batting
shows
220. DJ
it just
LeMahieu batting 220 is insane.
it just shows another New York team that can put in a lot of money with no success.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I think now hear me out. Do you think the Yankees are sellers? Being 8 games back,
It's
we
tough because they're close in the wild card.
yeah, no doubt, and they're close in the division too. They're not that far off.
Yeah, but they're one out of a wild card spot. One good series against the Blue Jays and they flip spots.
Yeah, their pitching's honestly going to be fine.
Yeah.
They're I think the rest this All Star break is going to be good for them. Um, and also I didn't pay attention. How did Rodon's start go?
Not great, but
Was it like a limited start?
I think he went 5.1.
Okay.
Um Gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, had 2 strikeouts. So it wasn't great, for sure. But
it's not horrible.
yeah, and you got to get reacclimated. He hasn't pitched in the MLB since last season.
Yeah. Sorry to go off topic, but we haven't had a chance to talk about this, Gray. Manoa? He can't that
Yeah, I
start
know.
back?
I know.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't want to get into it. I've been preying on his downfall all year.
But no, I'm gonna settle with the Yankees falling off.
Yeah.
I really am.
All right,
Just
I
I
got
think
one
they
that
will
I
sell.
don't want to see fall off, but they might if they're not aggressive enough at the trade deadline, and that's the Reds.
Okay, I didn't want to say it because I know you're high on the Reds.
Yeah. Look, there's plenty of issues to address with this team. Though they have been playing great baseball, there's a lot of holes, mainly pitching.
Yeah, I was about to say mainly 4 holes in the starting rotation.
Yeah. If your name's not Andrew Abbott, you need to pitch better or you're getting replaced. And in the bullpen, if your name's not Alexis Diaz, you probably should have already been replaced.
With 8 more Diaz's.
Yeah, we need all the Diaz's, except Lucas Sims. He's been okay.
Dude, could you imagine a bullpen with Bautista, Ynier Cano, and Diaz?
Bro.
Like, that's just not fair.
Yeah. I will say, though, with how bad the Mets have been, Max Scherzer said he's down to waive his trade clause.
Bro, Max Scherzer to Cincinnati?
I think it's between 2 teams, or really 3 teams, that would be looking to get him. I think it'd be no. I don't even think the Yankees. I think it'd be Orioles, Reds, Diamondbacks.
I think really I don't think he would go same division to the Diamondback or not
Same
old
league.
same league.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's weird. I could definitely see him going to Cincinnati though.
Yeah,
Because Cincinnati's, I honestly think they're about to be all in.
yeah. The thing is like, is Max Scherzer even worth it?
Not Mets Max Scherzer.
Yeah,
No, not at all.
that's
But
the problem.
give me old Nationals Max Scherzer.
Give me
Or hell,
Dodgers Max Scherzer. I'll be cool with
I'll take Tigers Max Scherzer.
it.
Why not? Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I
But
agree.
we've seen that, Verlander and Scherzer just shit in the bed this year.
Yeah, it kind of sucks, but since they play for the Mets, it doesn't.
So do you think with how bad Verlander is doing, you think this might be his last year?
I don't know.
Because he's getting up there in age.
Yeah, but he's got that. He's got money. He's got
Kate
money to
Upton's
make.
Kate Upton's not gonna wait forever.
That's true. That's true.
Actually, she does like money.
Well, I think she has plenty of her own.
Yeah, but it's fucking Justin Verlander, bro.
She's got plenty of something else. All right, players that might turn it around in the second half. Who are you thinking? There's a lot of options. A lot of guys have not been very good this year.
I know, and we talked about my number one is going Tim Anderson.
Yeah.
He's showing that he is like a bottom tier shortstop right now. Not only from his offense, but errors in the field too.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I don't think he had a single home run in the first half, if I can recall. And that's not his game because usually he's like up there leading shortstops in home runs.
Yeah, 0 home runs in 61 hits.
That's just awful. Like the hits is not that bad.
Yeah, but when you're looking at a guy who career-wise has 97 home runs in 3,400 at bats, and he has 0 home runs in 274, like that's concerning. His OPS career-wise is down to a 5, or this season he's at a 521. His career OPS a 740.
Yeah, which is like we said, we're not used to seeing this from Tim Anderson.
Yeah, he's uncharacteristically bad.
So he can't keep this up forever. He's got to go back to his old self soon.
Possibly.
Yeah, He's my number one for turning it around.
Okay.
He will. He will.
Mine is Alex Bregman. Cuz like he hasn't been that bad, but he's certainly not as good as he should be.
Okay.
You get what I mean though? Like
Yeah.
he's batting right now for a career low batting average and one of his lowest on base percentages. The slugging is certainly his lowest by far at a 387. And he's still an above average hitter, OPS plus wise, just above league average at 102. It just seems like he doesn't have the power that he's had in prior years. And yeah, his best totals were when they were cheating. But I don't know. I need to see more power out of him because that's what we know Alex Bregman for. Good glove in the field, and he'll hit a couple bombs.
Yeah, like we're used to seeing Alex Bregman, LSU superstar.
Yeah,
And right now he's showing us an average third baseman.
exactly. So I'd like to see him turn around. I think he could be a big help to the Astros, possibly taking a big leap forward in the second half.
Yeah, 100% agree with you.
All right, who's another guy you got?
I'm going Mr. Jack Flaherty.
Mm, we've been
Um,
waiting.
I was about to say, like we need it. All right, he's supposed to be St. Louis's top guy, but I mean he's sitting his ERA is 4.27.
Yeah,
And we're not used to seeing that with his career ERA being just above 3. He's 6-5. He's pitched 17 games. So I mean, right there with the record, you have what, 6 no decisions? 92 innings pitched, 89 Ks with a whip of 156.
yeah,
So he was showing life there at the end of the first half. I will say his outings become better. He's going deeper into games. Hell, his last 7 games, he 3-1 with a 3.02 ERA. It's so I honestly, it's all gonna depend on if it's too late or not.
yeah.
But here's the thing: we might see Jack Flaherty pitching somewhere other than St. Louis if the Cardinals are sellers.
And I think that's a very possible outcome.
I do. I honestly do. But yeah, he would be my next guy to turn it around.
All right. My next guy is Willie Adames. He just, like, Milwaukee's been pretty good this year, and it just doesn't seem like he is giving that much of a contribution. Like, Christian Yelich has been kind of picking up the dead weight a little bit, but from what we've seen from Willie Adames the past couple of years, he needs to be much better.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's never going to hit for a high average, but he's a career 250 guy. Right now he's batting 213, and the on base percentage at 294 is really just unacceptable for a guy like him. Like, he needs to be getting on base over 300. And it just seems like he just doesn't have an eye for the ball this season. Just something about it. Like, the home runs are down a little bit at 16. He's got 46 RBIs, which should be honestly much higher at this point in the year. But I don't know what it is, because this is kind of when he should be breaking out. It's his second full year in Milwaukee. He had that great season in 21, and he got hurt in 20 sorry. He just had a down year in 2022, and we're just kind of expecting him to be better this year, and he's gotten worse.
Yeah, I agree.
So hopefully Willie Adames can turn it around.
I hope so. He's a phenomenal ball player.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm right there behind you.
All right. Any other guys you got? I got one more.
Yeah, and he plays for the Tampa Bay Rays, and that's Brandon Lau.
Yep.
Because off to a hot start. I think for the first month when they were on their tear, he was batting like 350.
Yeah.
And then cooled off a little bit, and then got hot again. But he is just plummeted now. He's batting 209, only with only 9 home runs and 31 RBIs. That's not great.
Mm,
Yeah, Tampa Bay's got other guys who have picked up for him. Isaac Paredes has really stepped up and filled his shoes, but Brandon Lau is a staple in the Tampa Bay's organization. So it's hard not to root for the guy. So I really do hope that he will turn it around.
yeah, I think for him, it just seems like he's not putting the ball in play.
Yeah, he's striking out a lot. See if I can get that number.
Should be able to find it easily on Fangraphs.
Yeah, he struck out 68 times
Mm,
in 55 games played this season.
yeah,
Not great.
yeah. His K
He
percentage this season a 31.6.
Yeah, he's doubled his strikeouts than his hits.
Yeah,
I think yeah. 187 at bats and he struck out 68 times.
yeah, and we know he's not like a hit machine, or sorry, he's not like a contact guy. He's gonna hit for power, but
Yeah,
when you're hitting 209 and you only have 9 home runs, it's kind of inexcusable.
100%. He's not Luis Arias. He's not going to see two pitches and be 2 for 2 with two singles.
Yeah,
If you have runners on, he's going to go for that hit in the gap or that hit over the wall. Yeah, he might slap a single the other way, but that's not who he is.
yeah,
He's the up the middle pull kind of guy.
certainly.
He wants to see backspin on that ball and leave the park.
Yeah,
But
he's really just having like the most underwhelming season that we've seen out of him in a long time. Of course, he was injured last year, but in years prior, he was very, very good.
yeah, and it's so weird seeing him uh playing so badly for a team that's playing so good.
Yeah,
Like it is crazy to
yeah.
think about that.
Like it's at the point where he can't even get in the lineup.
Yeah. Who knows if he'll make it back?
Yeah, he honestly could end up being a guy that at the deadline they send him off for something better.
Yeah. Go get some more bullpen work or another starter.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that.
So we'll see what the future holds for him. But yeah, I'd like to see him turn it around. And then my final guy, Jose Abreu. I picked another Astro, just kind of just a coincidence, but this guy's having career lows in just about every statistic. It's crazy. His lowest batting average by like a significant amount. He's batting 237. He's a career 288 hitter.
Yeah, it's wow. Is all I'm gonna say for Jose Abreu.
Yeah, like in his career, he's never had a season under a 2 WAR, and he was still an All-Star that year. And this season, negative 0.9 WAR.
Jeez.
It's crazy. The guy's getting paid $19.5 million to do jack shit.
Jesus. That is just what are you doing, Jose?
Yeah. Dude, this guy is a former MVP, a former Rookie of the Year, a 3-time Silver Slugger, 3-time All-Star. He leaves Chicago, gets to Houston, and just can't do anything for this team.
Yeah.
And he's got to turn it around. I know age is catching up to him. He had, kind of a late start to his MLB career at 27. But even though you're 36 doesn't mean you should stop hitting for a high average. That's the kind of guys that typically go and have a long career as the guys that hit for a high average. And for some reason, you just can't do that this year.
Yeah. I mean, hit for average, the long ball and extra base hits will come.
Yeah.
Like we see how much praise Luis Arias is getting right now for having that high average. His other numbers for extra base hits and home runs and stuff like that are low. But here's the thing, he's getting on base.
Yeah.
That's like a little money ball takeaway. He gets on base.
Exactly. So, yeah, Jose Abreu, you just got to do better, man.
Do better.
All
All
right,
right, that's
who are some guys that are gonna fall off? This is tough. It's hard to predict these kinds of things.
it is like it's weird to think about too.
Yeah, and
Because
unfortunately, I picked a lot of young players. Actually,
you pick
all three of them are young players.
did you pick any Reds?
No, surprisingly, no.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, one of mine is a Red, and I'm gonna get crucified for it.
Oh, don't you say it.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Yeah,
Ain't no
it's
way he's
inevitable,
keeping.
man.
Ain't no way he's keeping this shit up.
Yeah,
But here's the thing: the way he started, he could go out have a 1-for-4 game with a home run, and people are gonna think, "Oh, is he okay? Like, what's going on?"
yeah,
Because they're used to 3-for-4. They're seeing him steal second, steal third, and steal home all between two pitches. Like, but no, I honestly, he's just too new to the league. He ain't no way he's keeping this up.
yeah.
If he does, good for him. If not, you're young. Don't think about it too much.
Mm. All right, my first guy. This kind of sucks because this is a team that I wanted for them to turn it around. I just don't know if this guy can keep up how good he's playing. It's Bryson Stott.
Okay.
Yeah, second season in the league, and the numbers look pretty damn good. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just the issue is that last season, yes, it was his first year in the league. He played 127 games, had a 234 batting average, a 295 on base percentage. Of course, he was going to do better than that this year. I don't know if I can believe these numbers. Doing this much better? Like, he's just putting the ball in play a lot and getting very lucky, is what it seems like. Like, his batting average on balls in play right now is a 341, and it makes that look a little bit more fluky when you see that he's not striking out and he's not walking. So he's putting so many balls in play, and he's just somehow getting on base.
Hey man, whatever works for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Let it work. But no, I'm with you. But as much as we want to see the Phillies bring it back and make this division close, I don't think Bryson Stott can keep up what he's got going for him right now.
Yeah, which sucks because I want him to be good.
Yeah, 100%.
All
I'm
right,
right there behind you.
your next guy.
All right, I got a Diamondback now.
Okay.
Geraldo Perdomo
Mm.
made his first All-Star game this year. Had an amazing first half. Got a 271, 61 hits. He's got 5 home runs, but that's just because he's not a power hitter. He's like Luis Arias, but just with less hits. But I actually think it's a whole team thing. And I know you're gonna hate me for saying this. I think the Diamondbacks are about to hit a massive slump.
Nope.
I think they'll win every one out of every 5 games with Zach Gallen.
Nah.
But I think they're about to hit a massive slump because I don't know. It's just when I look at their lineup, I see four main guys, and that's really Ketel Marte, Corbin Carroll, Perdomo, and Gurriel.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that they can add is like 2 more bats and 2 starting pitchers.
Yeah, it seems like this is the year that a lot of teams in contention need starting pitchers.
Yeah,
A lot of shit teams.
I think part of that could be pitch clock and no shift.
Yeah, I guess the old really good pitchers are
Yeah.
used to the way things used to be.
Yeah, I just think it generates more offense naturally. Maybe we won't be looking, these couple years down the road, maybe we won't be looking for the guys that are sub 3 anymore as like the great pitchers. Maybe it'll be the guys that are like sub 3.5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because
I
it
mean,
certainly feels like runs are up.
yeah, the game's changing. Honestly, I've loved the pitch clock this year.
I love it. Me and you were on the phone during the All-Star game, and I said that it was like hard to watch the All-Star game because there's no pitch clock.
Yeah, it's just
It moves so slow.
It makes the game more exciting.
Yeah, I did not think that, 80, 90 games into the season, I would be at this point where I was already used to the pitch clock. I can't watch a game without it anymore. It was hard to sit down and watch that entire All-Star game.
Yeah, it was very slow.
Yeah,
But all All-Star games usually are
true.
because they're having fun out
Yeah,
there.
they
And
got
it's
extra
doing,
stuff they got to do. They got to make it a spectacle.
yeah, exactly.
But
But yeah,
agreed.
so to top it off, we're gonna see a lot of pitching trades go down.
Yeah.
And like, I think it's gonna be about 70% of the trades is pitching this year.
Yeah, I think that'll be the biggest part because there's so many good bats around the league this year.
Yeah, there's like everybody's teams have bats that can produce.
Yeah, except the Yankees.
Yeah, I think they have one guy over 230.
Yeah, especially with Judge out of the lineup, dude.
It's just wow. Like your leadoff batter's hitting like 215. That's horrible.
I know. It is
I think
brutal.
I think IKF is one of their best right now,
Yeah,
and he's not starting every day.
exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my next guy, who I think is gonna fall off, and it's just unfortunate because I think I had to pick one guy out of this core of this team to fall off, and he just happens to be the one that I chose. Um, I think it's Josh Jung. I think he just kind of slows down a little bit, and not that I think he's been a fluke this season. Nothing that he's shown has been a fluke, but somebody on that Rangers team has to slow down, and I don't think it's going to be the veteran guys.
Really?
Yeah, I think, Simeon can keep it up. We've seen him do it over a full season. Same with Seager. Adolis Garcia has just been very good these last couple of years since his career started. So, I don't know. It just seems like Josh Jung would be the one out of the few that would start to slow down. Like, I just think that maybe he's just going to start getting on base a little bit less. But I think we're going to notice a little bit of a drop-off in his game.
Okay, I can respect the opinion. I think we haven't seen the best of him yet for this season.
I don't know. We've seen some very good baseball out of him this season.
Yeah, but dude, I'm so high on this dude.
Oh, I am
He,
too. I think he's phenomenal. I just think that it's going to slow down a little bit. Just kind of that, get used to the whole 162 games in the MLB. It's hard to do. It is hard for just about anybody that's a rookie to just
yeah,
keep it up the entire season. That's why you don't see a lot of rookie of the years that, hit for a high average and hit a bunch of home runs and continue to get RBIs and continue to get on base all season. They're going to hit their skids, and Josh Jung just hasn't yet.
yeah. I mean, we saw it there at the end of the first half. Corbin Carroll was starting to skid.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how he comes out the gate after maybe the All-Star game took his mind off some things and he had to relax, have some fun. But it also seemed like dude, he was taking that All-Star game very seriously.
Yeah. Which is concerning.
Yeah, like I did not see a lot of smiles and having fun and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, also, that's where he's from. So
Yeah.
a little added pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But who knows? I mean, is Corbin Carroll another person that we talk about falling off? I like we said, I guess we could just say the rookies as a whole.
Okay, so you kind of just spoiled my third one.
Was it rookies as a whole?
No, it's Corbin Carroll.
Oh.
I didn't want to say anything, but
here we'll collab our third because he was
okay.
practically mine too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of the same thing that I said for Josh Jung. It kind of works for Corbin Carroll as well. You did mention that he kind of started to skid right before the All-Star break, but he's still been a great player. Honestly, more power than I could have thought out of him. And
Yeah.
obviously the speed's phenomenal. The glove in the outfield is crazy good. But like I said for Josh Jung, at some point you can't be just the best. You can't just continue to just be the best player. And he's going to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and it honestly he can't afford to slow down if he wants that NL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he's got some guys that are hot on his tail.
By that, I mean every rookie from the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, I think Spencer Steer may be the best case, just because he's got way more games played than Ellie.
Yeah, but is Matt McClain?
Yeah, him too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
rookie. Like
Andrew Abbott.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But no, like you said, I mean, the man's a rookie who has 89 hits already. He's got 20 doubles,
Yeah.
3 triples, 18 home runs. That's the most. That's the stat that stands out the most because he's not a big guy. He is not a big guy. When it comes to size, he's compared to like Ozzy Albies.
Yeah, no, he's a pretty small guy in general, like 6'10", 165.
Wait. You said 6'10"?
Sorry, 5'10", 165. He is definitely not 6'10".
Let's say if you're 6'10", you need to be on that pitching mound, dude.
Dude, if you're 6'10", you need to be playing for the Suns, not the Diamondbacks.
Hey, maybe he enjoys baseball. But can we talk? I know it's not something we plan on talking about, but DJ Ooga Booga getting drafted by the Dodgers.
You can't. That is not anywhere close to. You could have at least tried.
Nah, bro, I'm not trying. That's his name.
It's Uongalale.
Okay, yeah, I'm not doing that.
It's pretty cool that he got drafted. I got to be honest.
Yeah, I didn't even know he played baseball.
Yeah, me neither. But when I looked him up and saw that he was the 282nd ranked right-handed pitcher by perfect game coming out of high school, I was a little confused.
So did he not play at all at Clemson?
No.
Wow, and he still got you. That's insane.
Yeah. But then again, like those late round ones, that's when you see them do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, hey, is he smart to pursue it? Because he sure as shit. I don't know if he's going to the NFL.
I don't know. We'll see. He's got time in college. He can get drafted again.
What is he a junior?
I think so.
Because he's at Oregon State now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they got a phenomenal baseball team.
It's
Just
true.
saying. Oh, I wonder if that kickstarts him becoming a two-way athlete.
Maybe we do see him play some baseball.
Interesting.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
All right, but yeah, sorry to take it off, but yeah, I think the rookies as a whole are gonna go into a pretty.
Did you have anybody else outside of rookies?
Not really. I mean, it's pretty obvious that, like you said, with the core group of the Rangers, somebody with the core group of the Braves is gonna fall off.
Yeah,
and it's got to be Orlando Arcia.
Probably.
Like he's already started. He's in a slump right now.
Yeah.
It's not pretty. He is striking out more and more, and he's just not. Yeah, his defense is phenomenal, and that's the biggest reason we have him.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got to keep this offense up, man. No loose holes in this ship.
Yeah, that is the thing, is that if he slows down too much, then, that bottom of the lineup kind of gets all out of sorts, because Michael Harris just flat out hasn't been what we needed from him. Yes, he started to turn it up a little bit, but certainly haven't seen what we need out of him. And, for the moment, Michael Harris is kind of the weak link, and we've been able to make up for it. If Orlando Arcia and Michael Harris both slow down, I don't really want to see where that goes.
Yeah, we're in trouble. So let's not do that, guys. Let's keep it up, and let's be the first team to 100 wins. Sound good?
For sure.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. Maybe win like 110 games.
I love it.
Sounds good to me.
Maybe don't lose another game this year.
Yeah, fuck it.
Postseason included.
Yeah. What? How many games have we played?
Like around 86. Is that right?
We are 89 games in. So you got what? 7.
Don't ask me. I suck at math.
Yeah, I know. I'm struggling to do this in my head right now.
Let's see.
Nonetheless, there's a lot of games to be played, and just don't lose them.
Yeah. Let's see. So you said we're at 89. We got 73 games left.
73.
Yeah,
Easy.
easy. We're going on a 73-0 run. Good
Yeah.
gracious.
Fuck it.
That would be insane.
It would be absolutely crazy.
Like, I think every day the Braves would start getting checked for roids
Yeah.
and anything else that can improve their game.
Yep. All right. Well, now that we're kind of done with these, who might fall off, who might turn it up, let's just talk about who our playoff teams are right now. Who do you think by the end of this season is going to make the playoffs in each league?
Okay, so I mean, we'll start with the division winners,
Yeah,
I
let's start in the
guess.
AL.
So AL, I want to say both the Rays and the Orioles are going to make it.
Okay.
Um, I wish they could just take out the AL Central spot and just give it to another team in the AL East.
Yeah.
Like it's it's crazy. So what are we at? So Rays and Orioles. I'm probably gonna go Guardians for
Yeah.
the AL Central. AL West. I'm gonna stick with the Rangers.
Agreed.
Um, so what? That leaves two wild card spots left.
Yep.
So, dude, it's hard because I want to give one of those spots to the Blue Jays because I think that they can really turn around, especially when one of their best hitters was having a very bad beginning.
Yeah.
And it's Vlad. I think him winning the home run derby might pick his energy up a little bit.
Hopefully.
Um, so I'll go Blue Jays, and then fuck it, I'll stick the Astros in there.
Okay. Yeah. Pretty similar to mine. I've got the Rays, Guardians, and Rangers winning their divisions, and then the Orioles, Astros, and then I think the Yankees can, because I think they'll be willing to be buyers at the trade deadline. I think Donaldson goes away. You pick up somebody that's just much more consistent, and maybe throw in another arm at the end of the rotation. I think they could definitely make the moves they need to with the talent they have, or at least the
Mm-hmm.
players that they have, to make it even better. So I think they'd be the team before the Blue Jays that would make it in for me. But yeah, I think Blue Jays and Mariners would be first ones out. I think Red Sox are going to take a pretty bad dip.
Yeah, I somebody from this division's got to take one for the
Yeah,
team and just start sucking.
yeah. I got a feeling it's the Red Sox.
Yeah, they don't really have pitching.
Yeah,
You can't be a
um,
good team without pitching.
that's very true. And then for the National League, I'll go ahead and do mine. Obviously, the Braves. And then I I weirdly think the Dodgers easily pull away. I said it last week on Stake Your Claim that I think they'll end up winning the division by like 6 or 7 games.
Okay.
And then I think the Brewers end up winning the National League Central, oddly enough.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, the Brewers have a history of
Yeah.
finishing well.
Yeah, exactly. I also I believe in their pitching, whether, it's been good or not.
Yeah.
And then I think Diamondbacks first team in the wild card or the Marlins, one of the two. But I think both of them kind of take a little bit of a step back, and that wild card spot gets a little more dicey. But both of them make it, Diamondbacks and Marlins. And I think the Phillies. I think the Phillies can turn it up, and we'll take two teams from the East.
Okay. No. Yeah, you don't think the Giants can hang in there?
Yeah, no Giants, no Reds, unfortunately.
The Reds one's kind of crazy.
I don't know. I don't think they'll be willing to buy as much as they need to at the trade deadline.
Okay.
Because
So
all of their youth that they could give up is what's actually doing something for them.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing about 162 games, bro. Anything can happen.
True.
So, but all right. So I'm taking the Braves. I'd be dumb not to. And then we'll go. I'm gonna take the Reds, finishing out with the NL Central. They're gonna win the division.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go Dodgers because I agree with you. I think they'll just start to slowly pull away, and then in the blink of an eye, they'll be up 8 games
Yeah.
and playing the Diamondbacks to clinch the division. And then let's see. So I got 3 wild card spots. Give me Diamondbacks. Give me the Phillies. Oh, dude. I guess I'm just gonna go Marlins. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can think of. Like, part of me wants to say that the Mets will make it,
No.
but they just it
No.
it's just
A ship has sailed.
yeah. The thing is, like, their team is so good on paper,
Yeah.
like like a World Series contender on paper.
Oh yeah.
But god damn, it's in person, it's fucking atrocious.
Yeah, I purposefully have not watched much Mets baseball.
And I'm so happy Pete Alonso got knocked out first round in the home run derby.
Oh my god, yes.
Dude, how funny would it have been if Julio Rodriguez was wearing a shirt that said "throw it again" while he was hitting? I bet all the Braves were smiling.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, but I want to say, like, I wanted to say something during when we were talking about the All Star game. Um, just the Braves defense in general that game.
Yeah.
Like, Austin Riley looked like the best third baseman in the league.
Dude, when we had that all Braves infield, it made me feel real good.
Yeah, dude, it's like what? Because the Rangers just had third, short, and second, right?
Yeah, and then Adolis was out in the outfield, and
Yeah.
Jonah Heim was behind the plate.
Dude, maybe they should have just put Jonah Heim first. But no, dude, like the Austin Riley looked fucking unbelievable.
Yeah,
Like,
no, that play was fantastic.
which one?
Well, the first one,
The
the short,
the,
the
the
short
slow,
grounder. Yeah,
yeah, bare
and a
hand
great
foot, yeah.
scoop, great position. As two former first basemen, I can't say how fantastic what Matt Olson did there was.
Yeah, dude, those are the hardest picks. The
Yeah,
ones that are right at you and you have
and
to
you
go
have to
palm up.
switch your feet. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
and you got to go palm up.
Yeah, fuck
Palm
that,
up
dude.
are the hardest scoops for
Scary.
a first baseman. But no, but then the double play from Austin Riley.
Yeah, it was
Threw
also
it from the
great.
knee.
Yeah,
Fuck Pete Alonso though. Wish he wasn't a part of it.
facts.
All right. Do we have anything else?
I think we're done with the MLB. It only took an hour and 20 minutes.
Bro, our episode before the internet cut out, we were already at like 2 hours.
Yeah, we were like an hour and a half, but yeah, we were probably going to end up close to 2 hours, but not this time because we got some NFL news to talk about that I'm pretty excited for.
Woohoo!
Let's kick it off here. The New York Jets will be on Hard Knocks this year. NFL and NFL Films decided it will be the Jets, and this couldn't have been. There's not a better team to pick.
Dude, that's gonna be so fun to watch.
Oh my God,
Have you
Aaron
watched
Rodgers.
the QB?
Not yet. I'm watching it tonight.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm gonna start watching it tonight. Maybe we'll talk about it if you're on next week. We'll talk about let's say just a couple episodes, unless both of us finish it.
yeah,
But
because the trailer's good. It looks
oh
really
yeah,
good.
oh yeah, I've already seen some clips, so
Yeah, but no,
I'm thinking
I
it's gonna live up to the hype.
like you said, I don't think they could have picked a better team to be on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, yeah. You get Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson, and then you've got like Sauce and Garrett Wilson, who are super fun.
Hmm I
Yeah,
think
I think
I,
it's great.
it would have been like, could you see the Falcons on Hard Knocks,
Uh
or
maybe.
you think that's just
I don't even
too
think there's enough of a
bland?
draw for people to watch the Falcons.
Yeah, I feel that.
Because at least like last year with like the Lions, like you had some entertaining storylines. I don't think there's very many storylines for the Falcons this offseason.
Okay, yeah,
Other
I
than
just wanted,
Bijan and Tyler Algier. Like that's
yeah,
really it.
I just wanted to get your take.
Yeah. But our second thing is kind of crazy. Early in the offseason, the Rams tried very hard. Like we're actually shopping him. They tried very hard to trade Matt Stafford because they didn't want to pay his $59 million bonus that was coming up.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. But like how crazy like they literally were like essentially trying to hand him off to a team.
I mean, Yeah, like I don't blame him for a guy that can't stay on the field.
Yeah. Yeah, for
But
sure.
dude, so would that have made like if he would have went, we could we have seen Stetson start week 1?
I have a feeling they probably would have picked someone up.
Who?
I don't know. Depending on how early in the offseason, they could have gotten some kind of free agent.
Yeah, I mean, hell, just throw AJ McCarron in there.
Just keep Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but too bad he's in Tampa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Like,
Before he
yeah,
even signed with Tampa, they could have re-signed him.
yeah, but that's still that's insane that they came out and
Yeah,
said that.
shopping off your fucking Super Bowl winning quarterback.
Your franchise guy besides Cooper Cup.
Yeah. But the next thing, somebody that I don't really know what's going to happen with this, Saquon Barkley, he's made it clear to the Giants that he's not going to play under the franchise tag and that his availability for week 1 against the Cowboys will be in question if he doesn't get a long-term deal figured out. And I think they only have like a couple of weeks to figure this out. So, looks like the Giants offered Saquon 13 a year and he wants 16 a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like in the current running back market, that is a pretty high number. But then again,
It's Saquon Barkley.
yeah, it's Saquon. So
I
I
think the
don't know.
Giants are dumb if they don't do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat.
Like, come on, like that's your guy. Who else is gonna handle the rock if you lose Saquon? Matt Breida? Come on now, like what are we doing?
Yeah,
Pay the man his money, all right? It will help you in the long run.
yeah.
Like he wants to be there. He wants to be a Giant. Make
The
him feel welcome.
thing is like looking at 2023 base salaries, he's already with the franchise tag. Him, Josh Jacobs, and Tony Pollard are tied for third in base salary amongst running backs. The only guys getting paid more, Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb.
Understandable. It's fucking
And
Derrick
not
Henry.
not much more.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the thing is Saquon knows his worth, but I mean, he's another guy that needs to stay on the field. Like before last season,
Yeah,
he had that big injury, but last year he didn't put up numbers for a full season.
true. But like if we're talking, back to like numbers wise, money wise, if you're looking at like his average value, his annual average value, AAV, um, right now he sits in fifth or seventh, sorry, seventh with that franchise tag. If he got that 16 million, it'd put him, depending on the finer numbers, either first or second. Because Christian McCaffrey makes 16 in like 16 million, like 15,000 or something on average every year. So, do you think that Saquon should be the second or first highest paid running back in the league?
Not the first, second or third.
Okay.
Maybe they can. Maybe Saquon will budge. Maybe they get like 15 or
Yeah.
like 14 and a half. Like I feel like that's a pretty good number for him to shoot for. 16 is just absurd
Yeah, I
for
think
him.
it's hard for Saquon to say that he should be getting paid more than Chubb, more than Derrick Henry. Like Alvin Kamara, interesting contract there. I really don't know what the deal is with that. But like it's hard to say that he should be making more than Chubb, Derrick Henry, or Christian McCaffrey.
Exactly.
And even if he took that 13 million that the Giants offered him, he'd be getting more than Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb.
I guess he wants that mindset that he's the best, but he just hasn't shown that to us.
Yeah, well, let me tell you, money doesn't make you the best because Devontae Freeman was not the best.
He was good in college.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic college running back.
You almost said quarterback.
Yeah, I almost did. Don't act like you haven't slipped up.
Man, I slip up daily. All right. My life's a fucking slip up. But going away from that, let's bring it. Let's lock in.
Yeah.
Lock in.
let's get to this. A fantastic story. Damar Hamlin was at the ESPYs to present the Pat Tillman Award for service to the Bills training staff that honestly saved his life
I
on the
about
football
cried.
field in that game in January. Yeah, just an
Goosebumps. Goosebumps.
insane scene. So yeah, truly just like real life superheroes.
Yeah, I mean,
That training staff.
like you said, they fucking brought him back to life.
Yeah.
He died on that field.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It's like I'm speechless when we talk about it.
Yeah. There's
Like,
nothing else to say other than the fact that like they saved a human being's life on the football field. And like there's nothing else can change what that means.
yeah, and like they weren't frantic. They didn't hesitate. They knew exactly what needed to be done.
Yeah.
And this just like that's why I don't work for the Bills training staff. I would be frozen.
Yeah, I'm going to sound like a horrible person. So if you don't want to hate me, you can skip like 15 seconds, but I'm CPR certified. I am not going to be the first dude to just be like, "Yep, I got this." And start doing compressions. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, I don't want you giving me compressions.
I know how to do it. I'm not no blood on my hands.
You're gonna put your hands too low. You're gonna crack my ribs.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna put a fist through your sternum.
Wait, what? But no, phenomenal story. Damar Hamlin. I think it was something so special for him to do this.
Yeah, it really was. But let's move on to some lighter subjects. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur. I'm not sure if you remember this quote, but it was fucking hilarious. He said to his players on the Packers, "Got to wake up with their piss hot."
Hell yeah.
Which is such a fire quote. But it gets even more meaning now that we've learned that during his time with the Texans, him, Kyle Shanahan, and the other young coaches were referred to collectively as the Piss Boys.
What the fuck?
I guess it's just because they always woke up with their piss hot, maybe?
I mean, or they like to piss people off.
I have no clue what the fuck that could mean, but nonetheless, it's a hilarious nickname.
Greg, do you want to be one of the
No.
piss boys?
No.
Okay.
Good. I undoubtedly wake up with my piss hot, but I'm not a piss boy.
Some days it's cold, but we're not going to talk about that.
Ice cold.
I think I need to see a doctor.
Yeah, I think if it was hot, you should probably see a doctor, meaning it was burning.
Nah, bro. It's hot.
Okay. I think that's enough piss talk. All right, let's talk about this. The Bills. The Bills all offseason have been showing interest in DeAndre Hopkins, but they have a number that they won't exceed, and it seems like that might be the number that DeAndre is looking for. Apparently, the Titans have made a more aggressive offer for DeAndre than that of the Patriots, and that the Chiefs have also offered him a contract, probably not in the same realm as the Titans and Patriots. Which of these four teams do you think is the most likely destination, and which one's the best?
I think the best is the Chiefs. The most likely, I'm gonna be straight up. I'm gonna go Titans.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. I think those two make the most sense in both scenarios. I think the Chiefs are obviously the best landing spot because you get the best quarterback, the best tight end in the league, and you're on the reigning Super Bowl champions team.
Yeah, and Pat Mahomes needs somebody he can really rely on besides Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Because as we saw last year, Travis is getting double, triple covered every game.
Yeah.
And still putting up ridiculous numbers. So if you get someone to take one of those defenders away, God, that's scary.
Oh, yeah. But when it comes to the realistic side, the Titans certainly makes the most sense. They have the money. They have nothing at that wide receiver position outside of Treylon Burks, who hasn't been utilized properly. If you had a better quarterback, DeAndre Hopkins could make your team phenomenal. The problem is they're probably going to get him sign him to a contract and not use him how he should be used because they don't have the quarterback talent.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna depend on if Will Levis can settle in and be the NFL ready QB that everybody thinks that he is.
Yeah,
Because Will Levis is the best fit for DeAndre Hopkins and Traylon Burks.
yeah,
Not Malik Willis.
definitely
No.
not.
Ryan Tannehill can't throw more than 30 yards.
Yeah,
So, but I mean, God, dude, that 1-2 monster of Derrick Henry and DeAndre Hopkins, that's terrifying.
oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. And no one wants to go play in New England. Who the fuck wants to go play in New England?
Facts.
Like, Matt Jones won't be there too much longer.
Yeah, we'll get to him.
Okay.
Sneak peek. But let's talk about the next thing. The reigning defensive rookie of the year, one Sauce Gardner, one that we often dick ride on this show. I got a lot of things I can work on that's going to get better coming into my second season.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, you're telling me Sauce Gardner's going to be better next year?
What?
That's insane.
That is actually like, for him to have that mindset is so healthy.
Oh, yeah.
It's so good for his mental health.
Yeah, to be undoubtedly one of the best corners in the league last year, probably the best, and come into your second season in the NFL confident that you're going to be better.
Maybe those talks with Aaron Rodgers has really got him going.
I don't know about the talks, maybe the drugs.
They do some mushrooms and just
Yeah.
talk mental health.
Yeah.
But no, dude, that's terrifying. I feel bad for any wide receiver that's got to go up against him. That's like going up against primetime Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, that's like going up against like prime
Sauce.
time.
Yeah, it's like going up against Sauce Gardner last year. Well,
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, exactly. It's scary as hell. But yeah, I can't imagine a better version of Sauce Gardner. So we'll just have to
I'm
see.
excited now.
Yeah.
I guess I'm taking Jets defense in fantasy.
Oh my God, yeah. They'll be one to look for in the draft. But let's talk this next thing because it's interesting. Colts owner Jim Irsay, the loudest mouthed owner in the league when it comes to how his players play, other than Jerry Jones, said that Gardner Minshew could come out and play better early on with him just being a veteran. But we have to get Anthony Richardson on the field, and that's Shane Steichen's call when he decides to do it.
That's interesting to me.
So we're gonna see Anthony Richardson next year.
Yeah,
undoubtedly.
But, hell, everybody's talking about like throughout the whole offseason was talking about how he's going to start.
Yeah.
Like the Colts front office talking that he's going to start. Jim Irsay on Twitter saying that Anthony Richardson is going to start.
I got a feeling he's going to start.
I guess. I mean, I just don't feel like that's a good thing to come out and say.
I don't know. Like they're still giving Gardner his chance, but when you use a draft pick like that on a guy like Anthony Richardson, you got to see what you got, and you need to see those results quickly.
Yeah, I mean that's what camp's for. You come out and you see, but I mean if Gardner Minshew straight up outworks Anthony Richardson and just fucking puts Richardson in the ground at camp, I want Gardner on the field.
Yeah. I think people forget how good Gardner Minshew actually can be.
Yeah, he just needs his time. Like he had that bad stunt in Jacksonville. After a really good year. Like his first year at Jacksonville was amazing. Like we thought we were looking at the next top tier quarterback. Then he goes cold a little bit. Then he goes to Philly. Becomes a backup in Philly.
2 games.
Yeah.
One bad one.
Yeah. But yeah, you had Nick Foles, who was a Super Bowl winner before you. And you had Jalen Hurts, who was the young buck rising. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see.
Definitely.
It really is. It's something that everyone needs to keep their eyes on. See, look, there's my slip up.
Yep.
But no, I mean, We could see Anthony Richardson week 1. We could see him week 10. We could see him week 6.
Yeah, there's no
Who
telling.
know? Maybe we see him. A little diff. Maybe they split like a Gardner Minshew one half, Anthony Richardson another half for the first couple games.
I think that's more of a preseason thing to figure out.
That's what preseason thing. Yeah.
But I
Fuck
do want
you.
to talk about this because I think it's an interesting conversation. QBs accounted for 21% of rushing touchdowns last year. In 2010, it was only 11%. QBs accounted for 16% of all rushing yards last year. That's the most in NFL history. The game has officially changed. If your quarterback isn't mobile, you better be brilliant and extremely accurate from the pocket. I couldn't agree with this more. And I think that this is a big part of what we talked about earlier about Saquon, about how running backs are being undervalued. Well, the QBs are doing your job.
Yeah, I mean, perfect example is taking back to Philly last year with
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts and Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders, yeah, he'd get a lot of times they were on the 1 yard line. We'd think they would punch in with Miles Sanders, and they run a little wheel route with Jalen Hurts, corner of the end zone,
Yeah.
easy. It's it's something that's like it's hard for a running back to ask for so much when you're only doing half the work.
Exactly. Like, and you can even look at Saquon's situation last year. Daniel Jones got a ton of very important rushing yards for that team. I think he rushed for over 700 yards last year.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a huge part of that offense. And if Saquon's not going to do it, they're going to let somebody else do it.
yeah, I mean, one of the biggest reasons why this is happening is because when you look at that, when you set up for a run, a lot of times that the defense is just going to flood the run when you give it to your running back up the middle. So for a QB to keep it, have wheels, get to the outside, and go down, get 20, 30 yards, or
Yeah.
break out for like Justin Fields,
Yes.
Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Patrick Mahomes. It's Jalen Hurts. It's hell, even Justin Herbert has started running more. It's like you said, if your QB isn't mobile, he better be fucking Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Or Drew Brees. That's the best thing I can say.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, guys like Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson can assure their owners and GMs they will never have to pay a star running back.
Yeah.
And that's huge.
Yeah, 100%. Like, what? I think the Bears got rid of David Montgomery, right?
Yeah.
So they're rocking with Khalil Herbert.
No, I think they picked somebody up. I'm blanking on who it is right now, but I'll pull it up. But yeah, you're right. The Bears, like last year, David Montgomery was a guy that people like actually thought would have a good year. They were like, oh, well, we don't trust, Justin Fields just yet with this team, blah, blah, blah. Now their starting running back is going to be Donta Foreman.
Oh, I forgot about him, dude. He had a
Yeah.
great year last year.
Yeah, for Carolina, he was
Yeah.
good, man.
But I mean,
you're not paying him that much.
exactly, because he knows the game's changing.
Yeah.
He knows he's only gonna have to touch the ball half as much, but he knows he's got to get the job done when it's not Justin Fields.
Exactly.
He knows his worth. Saquon. But
Call out.
yeah, fuck him. He being a little bitch. Hashtag Saquon's a little bitch.
Okay. Yeah, you can feel free to start that one yourself. I will not be on board.
Yeah, Clark might have some words.
But
sorry,
right.
go ahead.
No, I was going to say you're right. Is that the running backs, yes, it sucks that your value has gone down. Blame that guy that's standing in front of you because it's his fault.
I was say Danny Dimes. He knows how to use his legs, all right?
Yeah.
He took so many touchdowns away from Saquon last year. That's hysterical.
No, I'm just saying, man. You got to watch out for these quarterbacks.
Okay. Yeah.
But let's talk about another quarterback who I don't really know what the fuck's going on with the. So Grady Jarrett was talked about, and obviously he's not the quarterback I'm talking about, but he was raving about the confidence of Desmond Ritter. Grady said it seems like the noise around him hasn't affected him, which is great to hear. But the only effect that needs to happen to Desmond Ritter is for him to get better. So if there's no effect at all, I'm not very excited. But if he's going to get better, I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean, he only has one option to get better, or else Taylor Heineke will be our starter.
True.
Like we've seen, Taylor Heineke can handle an NFL offense with the
Yeah.
Redskins. But no, it's always good when your teammates are raving about you.
Yeah.
You know you're in a good spot, that you got their trust, you got their confidence. It's every quarterback's wish is to do that, especially someone on your defense.
True.
Because if you're an ass quarterback, your defense is going to hate you because they're on the field nonstop.
Yeah.
But
it's gonna make practice real easy.
dude, I'm excited. If Grady Jarrett is raving about Desmond Ritter, I'm about to start raving about Desmond Ritter. Granted, I won't do that until after week 1 when he whoops up on the Panthers.
Exactly.
Fuck
Bryce Young, you better watch your ass.
Bryce Young's a rival now. He's gone from Bama.
Doesn't that suck for you?
Yeah. So I gotta fucking worry about Jalen Milroe, dumbass.
True.
But yeah, no,
maybe not. Maybe it'll be Ty Simpson, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
All right. Well, let's get into some players to watch in the NFL, and this could be good or bad. It could be a breakout player, a rookie, just a good player that you think will take a big step, or a player that we've already seen be good that maybe they're going to take a step back this year.
Okay. So, one thing, the first person I want to talk about, I talked about this with Mike earlier today.
Okay.
And I just want to talk about Justin Jefferson and with how, so he's going into a contract year. So this is going to be a big year for him. And with, he's going to be training a new wide receiver in Jordan Addison. He doesn't have Dalvin Cook to rely on giving him some break. It's going to be all gas, no brakes for Justin Jefferson this year. And I think he's about to show us that he is the best wide receiver in the league.
Okay. I was afraid. I thought you were about to say that, it was all gas, no brakes, and he was going to run into a telephone pole.
Fuck no, dude. He's like, because this is his prove it year.
Okay.
Like he had last year, everybody started to know how good Justin Jefferson really is. And now you take Adam Thielen away, who's their go-to slant guy. Yeah, you still got TJ Hawkinson, but honestly, it's gonna be weird because do they haven't? Who's their second tight end? Do you know?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Because honestly, I feel like TJ Hawkinson might be doing a lot more blocking this year.
I don't know. He's not a good blocker, so I think
their O-line's not that good.
Yeah, that's true. But Josh Oliver is his backup, and he is a good blocker.
There we go. So they'll probably run a 2 tight end offense or turn Josh Oliver into an O-lineman.
Maybe.
Any thoughts?
Don't think he'll turn into an offensive lineman.
That was a joke. It was more of a joke. I was joking. 100%.
But yeah, they've got a couple of good blocking tight ends as options. Johnny Munt as well, solid one, and Nick Muse probably won't see the field much, but he's a good option as well. But nonetheless, I think you're right. I think he's gonna just really show out this year. Justin Jefferson is, and I don't know. Like, it's hard to do better than what he did last year.
I think he'll do it.
Yeah, but he can. That's the crazy part. And this just is more fire to fuel me to continue to tell Luke that Jordan Addison is not going to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, he probably won't, but here's the thing. I think Jordan Addison will be great in the long run, especially if he has Justin Jefferson training him.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, I mean, for the NFC, there's some there's some rookies that I think will outshine Jordan Addison by a long shot.
Yeah.
One possibly being a running back in Atlanta.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna get into my first guy, and that is I believe I'm saying this right. It's Chigozium Okonkwo, tight
Tight
end
end
for the
for
Titans.
yes, sir.
I love this guy, and
He
I
was my
think he is gonna be so good.
he was my tight end in fantasy last year.
Yeah.
I rode him.
What? Pause.
Keep going, keep going, keep
No,
going,
pause.
keep
this
going.
guy that just said he rode him.
Yeah, yeah.
Wild.
Keep going, keep going. Just
All
keep
right.
going.
Yeah, but back to what I was trying to say. You really threw me off there. Is that I think he is going to be great because whether it's Tannehill or Will Levis, they got to have somebody to bail them out, and this is the guy to do it. Big
100%.
body, huge presence, physical catch. Like, it couldn't be like 6'2", 244 is crazy because typically your tight ends that are in like the 240s are like 6'4" or 6'5". 6'2", 244 is huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think that his physical presence is going to be like so big for whoever his quarterback is.
Oh, what's crazy is that they were using him on like jet sweeps and
Yeah.
outside pitches and stuff like that. Like they were using him as a running back someplace when Derrick Henry was down.
Yeah.
He has so much utility to him for being 6'2", 244.
Exactly. Who's your next guy?
I'm gonna go with one running back out of probably going to be one of the top running back duos this year, and Antonio Gibson. I think he's in for a big season this year.
Good. I'm glad we're in the same boat.
More in the passing game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I almost said fucking Bijan. Brian Robinson is going to take that more on the ground running type for the running backs.
Yeah.
But Antonio Gibson running a little wheel route, going out for a little hook. Dude, he's used like that so much.
Yeah, I think he's going to be I think he's going to be a great bailout guy for either Sam Howell or Jacoby Brissett.
Eddie, dude, he's a phenomenal blocker for a running back.
Yeah.
Like, he is really good. So I think there's going to be a lot of times where we see both running backs on the field at the same time.
I agree. I think that's the best way they could use that system.
Yeah. So, yeah, I honestly think that those two will be the best running back duo in the league next year.
It's almost like you heard that from a certain gentleman you might be talking
to. I've been saying that.
I don't know.
I've been saying that because you know Brian Robinson's my guy.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I don't think there's been a year that I haven't drafted Antonio Gibson in fantasy. So, fuck you. I did hear it last season, and I agreed.
I said it like a week or two ago on the podcast.
Yeah, that's fine.
But, yeah, I'm high on these guys. I think they're going to be really good.
All right, who you got?
My next guy is an edge rusher, Jalen Phillips for the Dolphins. I think this guy is just sitting here waiting to break out. His rookie year, 8.5 sacks, 1 fumble. Actually, it was a fumble recovery, whatever. But 2022, 7 sacks. Kind of took a little bit of a step back, but added to his tackles. I think this is the year where we're looking at double digits for sacks. Maybe up towards like mid-10s, like 15, 16 sacks for Jalen Phillips.
I respect it. Dude's a baller.
Yeah, he's just a perfect size, speed combination, 6'5", 266, but he's got good speed to get around the edge. Like, I really like what this guy has in store, and I think he'll be a huge part of this Dolphins defense that obviously added to their secondary with Jalen Ramsey this offseason, but the pass rush I think is going to be great as well.
I got you. I agree with you. I 100% agree with you.
All right, your next guy.
All right, I might get flamed for this one.
All right.
Jamar Chase. bad year.
Oh, interesting, because he's in a contract year too.
I know. I think he's about to have a bad year. I don't know why. You know, it's just something. Just after watching the past couple seasons, it's just he's due for one,
Yeah,
and I think the Bengals are under a lot of pressure because they have so many guys they have to sign.
yeah,
So they're all going to be trying to outshine each other.
yeah,
That's
and that could
that's
that
not
could
going to work
either,
out.
I don't know, that could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing.
I think it's more of a bad thing when you have everyone who's trying to do stuff on their own.
Maybe.
It's it's just with me. That's just my opinion. We'll reevaluate that opinion. Go ahead and write it down somewhere. We'll reevaluate that opinion at
Yeah.
week 6.
All right. All right. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know about Jamar Chase being the one that doesn't have a good season. Maybe T
Luke
Higgins.
Luke would appreciate it.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he would appreciate all of the Bengals getting like hit by a train.
We'll see.
But my next guy, the guy who actually had a great year last year, but going into his second year, I think he'll be even better. That's Damian Pierce, a man that I share a birthday with.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's in. Is he's still in Houston, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Second year of his career now that we're going into, and last season got real close to 1,000 rushing yards, 939 last season, but only played 13 games. I think we're going to get a full season out of the guy. We're going to see a whole lot more rushes because with CJ Stroud at quarterback, you're going to have to give him a break. He's young. They're going to have to just push down the field a little bit, and Damian Pierce is the guy for that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because he's one of the most exciting running backs in the league
Yeah.
to watch.
Oh yeah.
He is. It's just so fun.
Yeah,
So fun.
he's strong, fast, like he'll truck you, but he could also just like spin move you. Like the guy is insanely talented, and I cannot wait to see this second year of his career.
Yeah, and the numbers he was putting up with such a shit Houston team,
Yeah.
it's just so bad. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, he's insanely good. Anybody? I have a couple more guys. You got any more?
Um, Go ahead and do it next one. I'm trying to think
Okay.
of someone else.
Yeah, this is a guy that I've only recently been kind of put onto, but Jake Ferguson of the Dallas Cowboys. He was a
Hell yeah.
rookie. He was a rookie last year. Didn't really get to do much because of Dalton Schultz. This year is going to be a bit different. I got a feeling he's going to be number 1 on that depth chart. And the number that jumps off the page, and though he didn't get a ton of targets, only 22 targets, he had 19 receptions. An 86.4% catch percentage is fantastic. Even if it's like a 75 next year or 80, I will be pleased with this kid's performance. And if he's getting closer to like 60 targets next year, there's no telling what this kid could do. Like, he had 19 receptions, 2 for touchdowns, yards per reception at 9.2. Like, that's exactly what you need to do to be a successful tight end, is just get touchdowns, have very reliable hands, and just get a few extra yards on the play. And I think he can do a phenomenal job of that so long as Dak actually throws him the ball.
Okay. Yeah, dude, I love the way Jake Ferguson plays.
Yeah.
It's it's awesome that he's gonna have more time to shine this year with Schultz out of there. Um, so the whole world's about to know Jake Ferguson,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Definitely. Did
Yeah.
you think of a guy? If not, I
Oh
can go
yeah,
on. Okay.
I got a pretty obvious one
Okay.
that it's probably gonna be talked about all the way up until week 1, and even after that. But it's the Denver Broncos with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
I think we're in for a better year from Russell Wilson this year.
I agree. It seems like Luke does not, but I think that Russell Wilson's at least going to even out.
Mainly because they can't do much worse than they did last year.
Yeah. He only won 5 games. There's not much less to do.
It's Nathaniel Hackett was awful.
Yeah. Horrible head coach. Great offensive coordinator. Horrible head
not a
coach.
good head coach. But I think you take someone like Sean Payton in there, and things about to get spicy
Oh yeah,
because he knows how to win.
for sure.
They made a fucking movie about him.
Yeah, that's a good point. He was played by Kevin James, which is just such odd casting.
It's fucking funny as shit though, because also Taylor Lautner's in the movie playing a
Yeah,
coach as well.
yeah, that's interesting. But
But
yeah, I kind of agree. I think that Russell Wilson just not only can have a better year, he needs to.
yeah,
And with the talent they've got on that team, like it'd be crazy to not see them win, 7, 8 games at least.
yeah. Hell, they're coming for throats this year because like you said, Russell Wilson needs to show that he's worth the amount that was given up for him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. All right, I'm gonna pull a guy that's gonna take a step back. Matt
All right.
Stafford.
Well, sure shit. I mean, I guess the Rams don't want him there, so why should he
Yeah,
go all out?
exactly. He got
Yeah.
his Super Bowl. Like, he doesn't need to get better. And at this point in his career, he probably won't.
Yeah.
And coming off of an injury, I believe it was his shoulder, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to already affect him a little bit. He might be a little bit hesitant to throw as much as he has or throw as hard as he has, throw as deep. Like, there's going to be limits to his game, and I think that's really going to hurt him.
100%. Because he's had what shoulder, wrist, ankle.
Yeah, he's
His
had
his his,
so many
his
issues.
body's broken. It's almost time for him to be like Andrew Luck and just pack it up.
Yeah.
Like it's because I think the way I'm thinking about it, the game's moving way too fast for him.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
For right now, like in
Yeah.
his body and his condition right now,
Yes.
the game is moving way too fast for him.
Agreed.
Because when you have people like fucking Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack coming for your throats, it's you got to move quick. And
Oh yeah.
Matthew Stafford is the opposite of moving quick.
Correct.
So, but I agree with you. I don't think he's going to play this whole season. I
Yeah.
mean, that's an easy take to say because he's probably going to injure his left pinky toe, but he's going to get turf toe and be out for a whole season.
Yeah. We've seen that story a couple of times, but I'm going to get my last guy off, and I don't know. This is more just like watch and see what he does. I don't know if he's going to be good. I don't know if he's going to be bad, but Mac Jones, I'm very interested to see what happens with him.
Hence the sneak peek said earlier.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Look, he's not horrible.
He's not good.
Definitely not good.
He's average. Maybe
Yeah.
just below average.
Yeah, like, you see him have a couple of great games, and then you see him do what he did against the Raiders. Get stiff-armed by Chandler Jones. Like, it's so hard. And like the way that the New England fans rallied behind Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, I mean, fuck, let Zappy start.
I've got to see him a little more.
I think we will.
I kind of hope we do.
Because as much as I love Mac Jones and who he was in college, the Patriots aren't going anywhere with him as QB.
No, not at all.
So, but I got one more, Gray.
All right.
And it's just one of us to be. It's for us to keep an eye on.
Okay.
And it's Khalil Mack.
All right.
Not because he's not good, but it's because he's getting up there in age.
Yeah.
In a very crucial position where you need to be able to be mobile, move quick, light on your feet, and explosive. So I'm not set like you said. I don't know if he's going to be good or bad, but it's something for us to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing with Khalil Mack is will the speed still be there?
Yeah, because the power is always going to be there.
Yeah.
But it's just that first move. Is he going to be able to get through an O line? Is he going to get around it like he normally does? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
We really will. But let's just say I think the dream pairing of Primetime Mac and Primetime Bosa have already passed.
We'll see. That is a good one to watch this year. But let's talk some college football, man. I'm
Hell yeah.
so excited. I think we're less than 50 days away from week 0.
Dude,
Still one of the dumbest terms ever.
I
But
watched the Tavon Austin highlight clip
he's
this
ready.
morning.
He's ready.
Fuck. That's the greatest hype video made.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go back, watch the Florida State Auburn BCS National Championship game in its entirety.
Okay.
Before the season starts. Get ready for the winning culture to be back in Tallahassee.
Hey, Florida State's got a good chance to make some noise this year.
Don't have to tell me, brother.
But when they don't come crying to me, all right?
I'm not gonna. I'll come to this podcast to cry about it.
Grace is just good. Yeah, guys, it's been another rough day.
Yeah, we lost to Georgia Tech 48-0. Next.
Instead of Garfield's I hate Mondays, Grayson's gonna be I hate Saturdays.
Yeah, I will. If Florida State's bad this year, you're gonna be able to tell in the podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll have fucking like 5 TVs watching college football on Saturdays.
Yeah. But let's go through PFF's college football power rankings. Season starts soon, and I don't know how I feel about these power rankings. So we'll get it started here. Number 1, Georgia, obviously. Defending national champions 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
They just kind of have earned this spot. You got Alabama at 2, which is interesting.
Yeah.
With how much you guys lost in the draft and, what's kind of left, it's hard to put them over Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah, I agree with you, but at the end of the day, it's so stupid. A lot of times they do these power rankings because they just do the name.
Yeah.
Because they know that what they're going to get every season out of a team. So there's a big argument for Bama being as high as they are, especially when there's 10 SEC quarterbacks that are better than our current one.
True. But next, Ohio State at 3, Michigan at 4. These are acceptable.
Yeah.
I think that's properly rated for both of these. Number 5 is where I've got an issue. The Longhorns. The University of Texas at Austin at number 5.
That's so stupid.
It's fucking absurd. What the fuck are we talking about here?
Like, how? I just want to say how.
They forget that they lost their first and second string running back?
I guess.
And that they were the biggest sources of offense for this team because Quinn Ewers couldn't stay on the field?
The only reason Texas was good was because of Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
That's it.
What changed? They brought in a backup quarterback?
They got worse.
Yeah. I don't know why we just are like, yeah, of course they're going to be good. They were, what the fuck? They ended like 7-6 last year.
Yeah, I mean I don't know. I don't know.
It's crazy to say they're better than Clemson. Even Penn State, they're definitely not better than LSU and Tennessee. They're not better than USC. They're not better than Florida State. They're not better than North Carolina.
Where's TCU?
Shut the fuck up, man.
Sorry, I wanted to say that for you.
They're unranked, right where they should be. Fucking Tulane is better than Texas.
Tulane's good as fuck.
I know. But number 6, Clemson. I'm cool with this one.
It's just an iffy.
It's a little high, but I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I can see them being like 8 or 9. Honestly, I would put Tennessee above them.
Yeah, I would too.
Tennessee should be higher
as well.
Exactly. Like, dude, Tennessee and LSU at 8 and 9 is kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
They should be the 5 and 6. They should be the 5 and 6.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I agree.
We're not making the power rankings.
True. How do you feel about Penn State at 7?
Did they lose anybody?
Like Joey Porter Jr. is like the only one I could think of.
Dude, I can't even remember like what they finished last year, like 10?
I'm pretty sure their only losses were Ohio State and Michigan.
Oh shit. That's right. Yeah, because they were making a big push for the playoffs there at the end.
Yeah.
Because they were really banking on one of those teams to lose 2 games, then they have like a motive to get in. But I I don't mind them at 7. I think they should be a little bit lower just because it's Penn State.
Yeah. I
Like I
know,
know,
but also they do a very good job of like if you lose a guy, they bring in another guy who's just as good. They've
yeah,
done a very good job of that. So like they're gonna just continue to be a 10-2 kind of team,
yeah, they're always the biggest problem for Ohio State and Michigan.
and
So
they're never actually a problem.
yeah, because everyone always hypes up the game and they get blown out by 30, or it's like a 6-3 game on and playing in snow.
Yeah.
But I honestly I'd probably put them 11, 12, maybe.
Yeah, I think they're right outside the top 10.
Yeah, like they can be good.
Yeah.
They can. I want to see them win a championship, not national championship, division championship.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be big if they could win the Big 10.
Yeah,
But I don't see that happening. So
no
we already
shot.
kind of talked about them, LSU and Tennessee. I think LSU could honestly, you could make a claim for either of these teams to be like number 2.
Yeah, I mean, dude, LSU is gonna be so good this year.
Yeah, second year of Brian Kelly, second year of Jaden Daniels. Like, I really do think that this is a year where people are going to get caught off guard by LSU's performance.
Same with Tennessee. I mean, Joe Milton is
Yeah,
gonna tear shit up.
I will say, I'm I'm not like 100% sure that Joe Milton's going to be exactly what people think he is,
He's not gonna be the next Hendon Hooker if that's what they're wanting.
which seems to be the case. People just think he's going to be better.
Because Hendon Hooker was like the best thing that's happened to Tennessee since fucking Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
It's it's weird. It's one of those things that it's hard to say until we start seeing some games. But I can tell you this: once Texas joins the SEC, they'll no longer ever think about the top 10.
That's true. But number 10 is USC, which is cool. I'm fine with them being right there.
Yeah, one of the biggest reasons they're still that high is just because they have Caleb Williams.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
it. Because what they lost, because Jordan Addison was their top guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Caleb Williams is gonna have to find some more weapons.
He's
Don't they
got
have?
plenty. He's got so
Isn't it right?
many.
Isn't it Rice's son there,
Yeah, I think you're right.
or it's either son or nephew?
Yeah.
One of the ones is there, but he's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's probably, even with his name, he's going to be in the NFL no matter what.
True. Yeah, I don't know. Like for me, this power ranking is just like it's a little off. There's just a couple of teams shouldn't be there. Like obviously Texas is the biggest one that they missed on. Like well, the way I see it, I'd probably go UGA, Ohio State, Michigan, LSU, Tennessee, Bama, Clemson, USC, Penn State, and then throw in like Florida State at 10.
Yeah, I like that. One of the things, because I'm tired of them putting just the names up top.
Yeah.
Like after Bama's season, they don't deserve to be 2.
No.
And
And
like you
what
said,
they
we
lost.
yeah, I'm just lost of words.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy. But let's talk about some teams that were disappointing last year that might rebound this year.
Michigan State.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, it was. As Michigan State was fucking awful last year.
Yeah. 5-7.
Yeah, and the year before they finished 11-2, and they
Yeah.
won the Peach Bowl. So I think that they can really turn it around and really make some noise for Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State. I could see them fucking being the underdogs this season
Yeah.
and taking the college football like a committee by storm.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, I think Colorado is too easy of an answer.
That's why I didn't say it.
But
I
I
gotta
do
see him
think
on the field first, bro.
that too. But also, like, they're gonna win more than one game.
Yeah.
But I do like Georgia Tech to kind of bounce back this year. 5-7 this past year, just not what they should be doing. I think this year, like, you gotta win. I'm looking at like 7 for them. I think that's the number. You go over, you exceed my expectation, but 7 is the expectation for Tech.
Okay. I respect that. Because it's Georgia Tech, man. This is the year they beat Georgia.
I don't know about that.
And mainly I say that every year until the year they actually do it, because then I say I'm right.
It's true. You might be right at some point. We'll see.
We'll see. Is it going to be this year? There's a 1% chance that Georgia Tech wins.
Yeah.
Maybe
tough.
like 0.5%
Yeah.
chance. Hey,
definitely doesn't look good.
That's rivalry week, baby. That's Georgia. Georgia Tech football, all right? Around Thanksgiving, we love it.
Why are you saying we like you're a Tech fan?
I got family at Tech. So I have Tech supporters at Thanksgiving.
You got Tech support at Thanksgiving?
Have you tried pressing control?
Nope. No more.
Yeah, you're good.
But okay, tell me if you believe in this team or not. Texas A&M.
No.
No?
No.
You think they'll do better than 5-7?
I think they'll finish 5-7 again this year.
What about Auburn?
They need a new QB. Robbie Ashford ain't it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay,
I still think they could win more games, though, with better coaching.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah.
You know, Robbie Ashford, also a baseball player.
Oh.
I played against him.
Way to go, man.
Sorry, it's just Nathan gets pissed off every time I say that.
Yeah, so when he hears this, he'll be glad to hear it.
He thinks I played with half the world.
You played with a good amount of players that have seen
they're just better than me.
Yeah. I didn't say you were better than them.
Yeah. I say that sometimes.
All right. Any teams do you think are due for like a breakout season? Like maybe they're already good, but they're going to be real good next year.
You already know, baby. Down at Doak Campbell.
Yeah.
Tallahassee. Florida State Seminoles, baby. Let's go. Keep chopping.
Yeah, this was really just me having you lay me up to just get talking.
Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Listen.
Speak your mind.
Listen up and listen good. Jordan Travis, Heisman, easy. Trey Benson.
Okay. Okay.
No. Nope. Questions will be at the end. Trey Benson, top 5 running back next year. Bro is a dog. All right. Johnny Wilson, easily going to be one of the best wide receivers next year. Like, no doubt in my mind, first round pick, one of the best wide receivers next year.
Okay.
Ontario/Pokey Wilson. Going to be one of the best number 2s in college football. Like, that duo and wide receiver is crazy. We don't need Micah Pittman's bum ass. That's why he left. And what we've got right now, you add Jaheim Bell, transfer tight end from South Carolina, who was one of the best tight ends in college football last year. You add him to this offense, crazy. Like, this entire fucking team is just so built to win. You keep Jared Verse. He doesn't go to the draft because he wants to stick at Florida State for another year. One of the best defensive ends last year in college football. He's going to do it again this year. There's no doubt in my mind. There's so many players on this team that are just ready for that next step and honestly are in the middle of already doing it. That this year is just the year.
Yeah. I agree with everything you just said, except your first statement.
Bro, Jordan Travis could win a Heisman.
He could, but I don't think he will.
Who's your Heisman this year?
Same one who was in the top 4 last year. USC QB.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's hard to do it twice.
Especially if he's winning with less.
Yeah, but like Drake May, if he has a better season, then he's got it.
I mean, we'll see. Fucking is Bo Nix still out there?
He is. I don't think he's a Heisman.
Dude, I wouldn't sleep on Bo Nix.
Don't sleep on Kyle McCord from Ohio State. I've been watching his high school film.
Yeah, don't sleep on. Wait, what?
Kyle McCord at Ohio
Okay.
State. I watched
Is
some
he
of his high
is he
school
a
film the
freshman?
other day. Nah,
Freshman?
I think he's a redshirt freshman, maybe.
Okay. Don't sleep on Jalen Milroe. Right?
I'm gonna sleep on Jalen Milroe.
Same. Fuck that guy.
If Ty Simpson ain't the starter, Alabama's gonna suck.
Yeah, we'll see in the bowl game.
All right.
Just kidding, because Florida State's winning that natty.
Yes, sir. But
You heard it here first, folks. Bama fan states that Florida State is winning that natty.
all right, that's enough. I don't need any more jinxes. Any other teams you think could break out?
Trying to not.
I guess you could consider LSU.
You could
breaking
consider
out.
them a breakout. You could.
Yeah,
But one team that I hope turns it around is Ole Miss.
yeah, I agree.
We
I
love
think
you, Brock.
Quinshon Judkins, man,
He's a
just
monster.
monster. It's crazy. And if Jackson Dart can just kind of get his things together, they're gonna be so goddamn good.
Man needs to start throwing some darts.
Facts. Maybe he needs to start smoking darts.
Probably not.
Make him look a little cooler.
Yeah. He needs that Joe Burrow effect.
Start smoking cigars.
Yeah. He needs that Livy Dunn effect. Livy just needs to transfer to Ole Miss.
They need baby Gronk on Ole Miss.
Fuck no. Fuck baby Gronk, okay? Listen, I'm not even as mad as mad at baby Gronk. It's his fucking dad.
Yeah, yeah, easily.
Like, what are we doing? He's got his kid's life script out for him.
And it ain't gonna go to plan. I'll tell you that.
He might not even start varsity in high school.
Yeah, who knows? He isn't there yet.
Yeah. But enough of that shit. That shit gives me a headache.
Bro's out here playing fucking county rec football.
I'm baby Gronk. Fucking kid. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, fuck out of here, bro. He's not even gonna be a tight end. He's not even gonna be tall enough to be a tight end.
Go eat some Fruit Loops, stupid. Sorry, I just had to say that.
That I think I have to clip that. I think I have to. All right, that's gonna do it for college football.
What a way to end it. Talk about
right.
a kid who might or may not see that in 10 years.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's time for redemption from the internet breakout or the internet. Fuck what I'm blanking. Whatever. We're doing top 3, bottom 3 blue things now.
Let's fucking go, baby.
And the order remains the same as it was going to be. I'm first on the top. Colin's first on the bottom.
Mm.
I'm gonna take 1-1 water.
Okay.
Essential part of life. Makes up like 70% of the earth, 70% of your body. Big part of a lot of good fruits and vegetables. Cucumbers, namely.
Yeah.
A lot of water in a cucumber.
Fuck, that's a fantastic answer.
Yeah, I feel like there's no other way to go with blue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go with the next best thing, and give me a blue sky.
Oh, I love it. Yeah,
like beautiful, absolutely. When you wake up and you see a blue sky out there, you know it's gonna be a great day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now if you see like gray sky with like fucking shit ton of clouds, you're fucking doomed.
Yeah, it's over. I'm gonna do another one. It's a good It's a good example of a good day, or it makes a good day. Give me a nipple bottle of cool blue Gatorade.
Okay.
Undefeated.
It's got to be nipple bottle.
Yes, if you're drinking
No.
cool blue out of a normal Gatorade bottle, you're crazy because there's better flavors to pick.
Exactly.
But when it comes to the nipple bottle, there is nothing better than some cool blue.
Yeah, bro, I don't even want to keep going, bro, because that should have been your 1-1.
That was a walk-off.
Right.
You can't pass up water.
Yeah, you can't, but for the memes, bro.
Fair enough. All right,
My
pick.
My number 2. Give me a Blue Jay.
Oh, I love that.
Great
bird.
Beautiful birds.
Yep.
Not a good baseball team.
Nope.
Beautiful birds. Beautiful.
Yeah. I love seeing one out in the wild. It's like those and cardinals are the ones where like you see that bird and you're like, oh, there's a blue jay, there's a cardinal.
Like, because you know that's somebody looking out for you.
Maybe, or it's Alec Manoa.
No. Nope. All right, we got 3.
All right, my number 3. I've got some solid picks here. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go blueberries.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a huge blueberry fan.
Like just straight up, or like flavors?
No, blueberries, straight up berries. Love them.
Fucking weirdo,
dude. What?
I just can't eat them straight up.
You toss a little bit of sugar on them, then.
They're weird.
How are they weird?
I just don't like the texture.
Whatever, man. You ever tried them frozen?
No.
Solid. Give that a
try.
I'll
give it a shot just for you.
All
right. My 3rd pick, we're going back to the childhood.
Okay.
Give me the Cookie Monster.
Oh, that's solid. That is
Cookie.
Solid.
Give me Cookie. God, dude, it's just like nothing better than just, especially, great. I know you had one too. The Cookie Monster hat.
I did not have a Cookie Monster hat. Don't write this narrative about me. I did not own a Cookie Monster flat bill snapback at any point in my life.
I'm sure that was very specific on what the hat was.
Well, because I have to be specific so people know that's not the one that I own.
There was a Cookie Monster hat in your house.
There was not a Cookie Monster hat in my house.
Yes, there was.
No, there wasn't.
Nah. Fuck it.
You must be tripping.
Let me close my eyes and go back.
That's not how that works.
Shut up. I'm going back.
All right. Well, while Colin goes back in time, I'm going to start with some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Specifically, a Mike Schmidt powder blue Phillies jersey.
Oh.
Yeah. My favorite powder blue jersey you can get.
Okay. I'm a rock Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, that's solid. What about Blue Whale?
Oh, dude, blue whales are fucking awesome.
Big old creature.
Yeah, fuck it. Oh, dude, I had one more, but you took a lot of my picks, man.
It's too bad, man.
Wait, did I say the ocean?
No, you didn't. But I feel like water kind of encapsulates that.
I guess, but an honorable mention would be specifically the ocean.
Okay. My last honorable mention, the blue flavor of the Sour Punch bites or straws. Best flavor. Actually, just blue flavored candy. It's always like blue raspberry.
Your blue raspberry?
Yeah, blue ras Jolly Ranchers.
Oh, motherfucker.
The blue Sour Patch Kid.
Fuck.
Bro.
That's
fire.
That's crazy.
All right, Colin, get us started on the bottom 3.
Give me a Bud Light can.
Oh, no comment.
Yeah, I just don't like the can.
Boring?
Miller Lite's so much better.
All right, no comment. I'm not allowed to comment.
Yeah, you're good.
But I'm gonna take Venmo. Because if you're still Venmoing me, fuck you. Zelle me, please. I'm not patient enough to wait 1 to 3 business days.
Didn't I send you a Venmo the other day?
I don't know, but stop. You've got my phone number. You can Zelle me, so that money goes directly into my account.
I guess. All right, I respect it.
I'm tired of these uninsured banking apps. Get rid of them.
Yeah.
Send my money directly to my bank account.
All right. You ready for me?
Yeah.
Give me blue jeans.
You know I don't wear them.
I'm trying to stop wearing them
Yeah.
because they're just. If you sweat in a pair of blue jeans, it's just the grossest feeling in the world.
Yeah.
So they're my bottom.
Yeah. But if you make them into jorts, they're not bad.
You know, you're onto something. It's almost like we've done that.
Yep. It's
Huh.
almost like I have a pair of Carhartt jorts that I cut myself.
Yeah. Hey, listen.
Nonetheless.
Here's the thing. You can't be a cowboy unless you wear some blue jeans.
Yeah.
And I've always wanted to save a horse and ride a cowboy. I mean, shit.
Yo. What?
All right, what you got next, Gray?
This man just got done watching Brokeback Mountain before this.
Shut up.
All right. I'm taking the Boise State Smurf turf. It is so hard to watch a game on that field.
I like it.
Yeah,
I fucking like it.
Brutal visually.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I've been thinking about this all day. And give me a fucking peacock.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is that I can't just be like, that's a different color because I could just be wrong. They have a lot of colors.
But majority, like, they're mainly blue with, like, some white dots.
Okay.
Or, like, white, black dots. But
Cool.
majority of peacocks are blue.
Yeah, not only have I not seen a lot of peacocks in my life, I'm also colorblind and have no idea what color they are. So,
yeah, I can see that's why you're being very specific on your answers.
Yes, I am.
You don't know a lot of blue things.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because there was multiple things when I was thinking of these where I looked it up and I was like, shit, it's purple. Yeah. Sucks, but it's reality. Next, my final pick, I'm going to take the look of blue cheese. Not the taste, but aesthetically how blue cheese looks, because it looks disgusting.
Is it blue cheese white?
No, it has blue mold on it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, fuck the look of blue cheese.
Good for you. I don't like blue cheese or ranch.
Okay. All right, your final pick.
I've done 3.
Oh shit, you're right. Well, then I guess we're done.
Well, let me take it back here for a minute. I want to do one more honorable mention for top.
Okay.
And then I got an honorable mention for bottom. So when we think about the top, blue eyes.
Whoa.
Blue eyes are the best. I know you don't know much about it, but blue eyes are beautiful.
Some would say I have them.
Do you really?
Yeah, like blue-green.
Let me see.
Yeah, no.
Let me look into your eyes.
There's things called pictures. You can do it yourself. What's your honorable mention on the bottom?
I can't say it. I'm not allowed to. So I'll tell you later.
You can say blue waffle.
No, it was the initials are BB.
Yeah,
so,
I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out later.
I don't want to get canceled.
Wow. Okay. Then yeah, I'm definitely not letting you say it. That's gonna do it for us, guys. This was a fun episode, man.
Yeah, sure.
Whole lot of fun, episode. And we'll be seeing a lot more of Colin. So
let's go.
So strap in.
Y'all can't get rid of me. I'm here.
Yeah, we've tried.
Yeah. Fucking internet tried to cut out.
The world does not want Colin on the podcast, but we have overcome. And it was a pleasure.
Yeah,
so thank you for joining me, Colin. And I'm sure those people at home really appreciate you coming on.
Hey, I'm here for the fans, for the supporters, the day ones.
And if those supporters want to really show their support, they'd follow us on all of our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, join the subreddit, Second and Short, 2ND, AND, Short. You'd also show your support on Apple and Spotify podcasts by leaving a 5-star review. Why not? Why not just do it? And then go ahead, and once you've done that, tell everybody you know about this podcast because you enjoy it so much that you've sat here for 2 hours and 30 minutes and you've listened to us speak about sports. Why not share this wonderful gift we've given to you with everybody that you love? So go ahead, share the podcast, rate it, review it, like it, subscribe, comment, follow. Every single button you can click, go ahead and do it.
Yes, sir. You heard the man.
And we'll see you next week. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.
Later.